Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Sesternino here, and this is a very special presentation that we have for you as we are about to engage in Survivor Islands of Ink, and perhaps the most high stakes podcast we've ever done here on Rob Has a Podcast, because one man at the end of this podcast is going to learn which tattoo is going on his body permanently. Here is the man of the hour. Give it up for Mike Bloom.
I realize, Rob, we played our own little drinking game on the RHAP B&B to commemorate what may be our 100th episode, and I realized I picked the wrong time to drink on Mike because it is very much more needed for this occasion,
Yes.
depending on what the outcome is of this BrantSteele. This is truly when the reality has set in for me. Not when we initially proposed the idea, not when the goal was reached, not even when we cast this. I'm staring in the face of what will be on my body for the rest of my life,
Yes.
and I don't know how to feel about it.
I thought you were going to say that you picked a bad week to stop sniffing Galoo.
Exactly. I'll pass out as the plane tries to land. But yeah, this is. I still cannot believe this is happening. I am in utter disbelief that I think we have reached peak off-season /2020 zaniness.
Zaniness.
Yeah, quite literal zaniness because we're deciding a tattoo that's going to go on me here.
Okay. And of course, the woman who put all things together to make this happen. Please welcome the ink master of the Island of Ink. Here is the great Jessica Liese. Jessica, how are you?
Well, Rob, I am thrilled and honored to have contributed to this crucial, important work in these important times.
Okay. This is so exciting. I'm nervous Mike, I can't imagine how you are because I'm like almost sweating.
I mean, this is absolute panic. This is the most sheer-stricken with absolute terror I think I have ever been with a microphone in front of my face. I totally agree with you, not to besmirch, RHAP attempting to name babies or possibly set up soulmates, but I do believe this is the most high-stakes podcast that has been done and perhaps will ever be done in the history of Rob as a podcast. To be a part of that history is very flattering and very joyful. But on the other hand, depending on what the outcome of this is, it might be a bit of a bittersweet symphony.
Yeah. Okay. In case people are jumping in here today, what is this Survivor Islands of Ink? Mike Bloom, back during the final feedback show of Survivor 40, when we were talking about how Denise Stapley got a Survivor tattoo, Mike was able to very generously propose that if we had gotten the amount of money raised by the listeners of Rob as a Podcast from $21,000 some odd dollars to $23,000, that then he would get a Survivor tattoo on his body. The audience returned serve easily. And the ball was back in Mike Bloom's court. So Mike was a man of his word, and we began accepting submissions for what would be one of the things that would go into a BrantSteele to be put onto Mike Bloom's body. Jessica Liese curated those submissions. We talked about them 2 weeks ago on our Survivor Islands of the Ink casting special. We've narrowed it down to 15 potential tattoos and one no tattoo selection. They have been loaded into a BrantSteele of Survivor China, and that is what we are here to simulate today. Mike, have I left anything out?
I don't think so. I realized that I probably should have brought in Angelina to help with my negotiation skills when it came to setting a goalpost for the donations. Because I think when you revealed the numbers, I realized my folly here. But yeah, I mean, this is it. Finally, this is going to happen. Now, again, the results probably will not happen immediately. It depends on, the artists that we're able to find, of course, all the safety standards being complied and all that. But yeah, this is the big important step until they're actually the first Survivor tattoo and the first tattoo period to be inked on my skin. But I also know I would not be here without the support of Jessica Liese, who really was a fantastic gatekeeper for a lot of silly and stupid ideas to make it through. And considering the cast that we have, that does say something as to the ones that didn't ultimately get picked.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I have to say, I think your bar is a lot higher than my bar where this is concerned, but I'm glad that we were able to narrow it down to a really tight batch of 16 contenders, any of which you should be proud to have on your body.
Okay. Jessica, that you and I had been talking in our last conversation offline about something else special that we want to do concerning the winning tattoo here today.
Yeah, we have decided that Mike Bloom should not necessarily be the only person that ever gets a design on his body, but Mike Bloom is clearly the only person crazy enough to have one of these designs on his body forever. So what we're going to do is after we run this simulation today, the winning tattoo goes on Mike Bloom, and it also goes to a printer to be made into temporary tattoos, along with everyone's personal favorite, and I think the one we're all rooting for, Sir Squidington. And we will have these two designs available for purchase in the RHAP store in a 2-pack, and all proceeds are going to go to direct relief.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right. So, Mike, that maybe your biggest contribution to charity will be the proceeds from these temporary tattoos that come out of this podcast. And we will have those very soon. They are not up available to purchase yet, but we will have those available for people to buy. And we'll be able to donate all of the proceeds from that to directrelief.org to continue to supply PPE for doctors and nurses. So, Mike, your original gesture continues to live on.
That is very generous.
Paying
but
it
just,
forward.
And just to be clear, though, if we reach a certain donation mark with those donations, I don't need to do anything else, right? There's no other like bonus goal that I have to get achieved if we reach a certain milestone.
You have to put the other temporary tattoo on your face. That's
Ooh.
yes.
I mean, I guess, listen, we're not going outside much these days, so I guess if there is a time to get a face tattoo, now would be a time to do so.
It's the optimal time for a temporary face tattoo.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Jess, that we need to set up ahead of time?
Oh, I don't think so. And honestly, if you haven't listened to the casting special yet, that is definitely worth your time. But I would say you probably do not need to have listened to the casting special to get into what we're about to get into.
We'll tell you who's here. We're recording this BrantSteele. If you're listening to the audio version of this, you can go check out the full video of what is about to transpire at robhasawebsite.com/YouTube. And a quick plug, the three of us will be back together starting next week to, Mike Bloom is now certifiably a tough guy. He is getting a tattoo.
Finally!
He's very much qualified to be on the panel of hosts covering the brand new CBS reality series Tough as Nails, premiering next Wednesday night, July 8th. And we will have full recaps of that series as it launches next week. So be on the lookout for our recap of the Tough as Nails premiere next week on RHAP. All right. So, Mike, can you tell us a little bit about, you are the BrantSteele master. Can you tell us about how you divided the tribes here today in this Survivor China simulation?
Randomly. No discernible relationships or iconography or any sort of balance whatsoever. In honor of the BrantSteele itself, I simply threw them all into a team generator and just divided them up 8 and 8. We are going with Survivor China because not only is this a 16-person cast, not only does this involve hidden immunity idols, but you know what? It's sort of proper. You just talked about Survivor China on your Wiggle in Time series. And also, look, if Jack Shepard had to go to Thailand to get his tattoo in Lost, I should be able to go to China to get my own instead of Survivor Thailand.
Yes. I was surprised that we did not have any mentions of Chinese characters. I'm not sure if those had been submitted, but I used to joke around about when I was in the very early stages of my Survivor fandom back in 2000. My friend Floyd and I talked about that we would get outwit, outplay, outlast in Chinese characters as a tattoo. I believe Todd Herzog actually did get that as a tattoo.
I think Todd Herzog is allowed to get that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anybody else is.
It seemed very deep in the year 2000.
Yeah. Well, we know better now.
Okay. All right. Jess, anything else you want to say before we meet our tribes?
I had one more question slash announcement, and this is something I'm just going to take a straw poll here. Um, we did make a great logo for this concept that I think we got a lot of great reception on, and I certainly enjoyed making it. I'm going to have to make some adjustments to it if we wanted to do this, but please get at me if you think you'd like that logo on merchandise somehow, and I will tweak it just enough so that we don't get sued by anybody.
Ooh, good call.
Oh, okay. Could we do a 3-for-1 with the temporary tat then, if you want to throw that one in?
Why not?
Ooh, yeah, why not?
Okay. All right. We'll work that all out on the production of the temporary tattoos. All right, Mike, let's meet our two tribes, Endure and Let Go. Endure tribe is going to be wearing red, like the Fei Long tribe. Mike, who is on the Endure tribe?
Well, first, let me say that, of course, I named the tribe Endure and Let Go in honor of the great Denise Stapley, who recently appeared on With You, Rob, but whose tattoos inspired me to make the proclamation, possibly regretfully, that has put us in this situation now. But yes, the Endure tribe, to start, it is the Dharma Survivor logo. It is some sort of Dharma station symbol with some sort of, whether it's a torch or the phrase outwit, outplay, outlast, not in Chinese characters. In the center of it, of course, commemorating my duality of love for both Lost and Survivor. We have a lemon tree, which is a reference more so to a moment from Survivor Fiji that has been immortalized by the Survivor historians, particularly our editor at the time, Shut Up Tim, but also happens to be a reference to one of my favorite Simpsons episodes of all time. We have the heel of this season. Quite literally, it involves a heel. We threw in an option here where if this option called no tattoo wins, A, I do not get a tattoo, and B, whoever finishes as the runner-up is instead put on a pair of socks that I would wear instead. So it's a more temporary version of getting something on your body that does not involve any sort of needles, except maybe sewing needles. We also have yes, as Jess has attested to. I imagine this is sort of the big villain going into this season.
But I'm telling you that every round that no tattoo advances, that people will become more and more nervous. There is great drama here today.
Yeah, natural stakes coming in here, and we love stakes. Nom, 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 nom. The QR code is coming in. So this one takes a little bit of explanation if you haven't listened to the previous podcast, but Puya Zamvakili sent us this idea where essentially they allow, at least from a Spotify perspective, a QR code from an audio perspective that if you scan, directs you to that audio clip. And so we thought it would be a fun idea where if someone asks, of course, the question, where did you get that tattoo or what does it mean? You literally have the ability to say, just scan the thing on my body and it will clip back to either the podcast where I made this silly declaration to Rob or perhaps this podcast where we declare the winner. And that's your answer therein. You can also maybe direct to another more meaningful piece of audio. Who's to say? It's definitely open-ended. Jess mentioned him before. Here he is, everyone's favorite dapper cephalopod, Sir Squintington, as immortalized by Rob and myself a few years ago.
Apparently.
Exactly. A bowl of soup in honor of the RHAP B&B. And when I went on my first Survivor preseason trip and proceeded to ask every one of these future castaways what bowl of soup they were. A great design from not the first one, from Sean Yannell. It's a torch with the phrase "the adventure of a lifetime" snaking around it. Very great design. And finally, to finish off the Endure tribe, Jeff Probst's immortal phrase, "worth playing for." This is just sort of a mock-up design that Jess made up, but it would be some sort of phraseology of "worth playing for" on my body.
Okay. All right. Wearing yellow, the Let Go tribe is also here. Let's meet the members of the Let Go tribe, Mike.
All right. So first up, this is another thing that was immortalized in one of our feedback show bits, Rob, the 5-piece puzzle that made a return in Survivor Cambodia and arguably in another universe beat Francesca Hoagie in a Survivor season somewhere down the line. We have the floor did Don't Call Me Jessica Liese, a symbol that had its own moment in the sun in Survivor Winners at War when Adam Klein tried to pry it off of Jeff Probst's podium. Speaking of other Survivor moments, we have the image from the merge feast from Survivor David versus Goliath, a fun, colorful clue that made such an effect that someone on this panel made it into merchandise previously. We have, quite simply, the phrase outwit, outplay, outlast. Again, no foreign symbols involved, but I believe the plan would be to get that in some fashion in a band around my arm. We have the phrase pick the mic up, which is a deviation on Wendell Holland's great put the mic down, bro, in honor of the various times I do pick a mic up. There's probably some symbology involved. We have another great work from Sean Yano. This is the season 39 idol that I picked out preseason that was purposely the jankiest idol in Survivor history that was used to great effect by Jamal on Nora. We have probably the most dubious thing on here, and I guess besides from No Tattoo, the option that I'm least rooting for that barely squeaked onto the cast, Speaking Llama. We still haven't figured out what it is, but some sort of variation of Speaking Llama. And finally, a Survivor logo mashup that includes iconography from as close to all 40 seasons as possible. There was one that was made by Gordon Holmes that CBS has used as well. It might take a little bit more work if this does end up getting adopted. But of course, it's a Survivor season. It's got to have a logo in it somewhere.
Okay. All right. So the tribes are set. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, Mike. Let's begin and see how everything plays out. Mike, are you feeling okay heading into this?
At the moment, just because the unexpected is in front of us, I feel like as the options narrow down more, that's when you realize, okay, there's 16. That's fine. I'm sure something I like is going to be in here. But the more it narrows down, the more those options limit. I guess going in, we should probably go around the table and say maybe not a winner pick, but who we're most rooting for as an option. Jess, I can assume you're throwing your weight behind Sir Squiddington.
I feel like Sir Squiddington is the most fun tattoo option out here. It's a great idea that I think people would look at it and they know what it is, even if they don't watch Survivor. I think from a legibility standpoint, Squiddington is both your cutest, most fun, and most explainable idea.
Mm-hmm.
But
Rob,
I would also throw a little bit of love behind the season 39 idol. I think it's the most personal to you, Mike, and I think it's the most creative. I think it's the one that only you could get this tattoo. So I feel like that is also got to be a fan favorite.
By the way, Mike, in a recent interview that I did with Jamal suggested that his hand also be included in holding up the season 39 idol.
we're going to have to talk about that offline if that ends up being the case.
Okay. Just saying that was Jamal's
negotiates little participation in there. What about you, Rob? What are you rooting for here?
I like the 5-piece puzzle. I think that the 5-piece puzzle is interesting. Does not scream that it is like bizarre and unusual, and I think that it's sort of interesting design. I like that it is a part of a moment that we shared on the podcast. So I feel like that the 5-piece puzzle is an interesting one.
I think it's like I'm rooting for. I think 5-piece puzzle could be a good one. I will, support my wife, who very much is in support of the outwit, outplay, outlast, and also the torch idea. She also, I think, the QR code is another like really fun, creative thing to do, because that could be, doesn't even necessarily need to be, when the winner is declared. It could just be a moment, maybe one of the aforementioned moments from Sir Squiddington or the 5-piece puzzle that could be referenced. So I would say there's like a good handful in here that I'm thrilled about. There's a good chunk of them that I'm okay with, and then there are a few that I am seriously regretting even including on this cast. But that's the fun of this, I suppose.
Well, should one of those win, that the option is still there for there to be a redesign of said, like what you are seeing here on the screen is not necessarily what will go onto Mike Bloom's body.
It's entirely conceptual in every case.
Yes,
exactly.
I sketched some out because I liked the idea of visualizing what these would look like, but these are just avatars, and I believe Angela Bloom has also said she would like to have some input into the design of whatever the final selection is.
Yes. To the point where Outwit, Outplay, Outlast, I pulled it from like a Teespring site. I believe the final product, should it win, will not look like it's been through the washing machine one too many times.
Yes. Okay. So this is basically just the representation of an idea and not necessarily the final idea. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to day one of Survivor Islands of Ink. And so we get to see some alliances early on here. This is over here on the Endure tribe. We have an alliance between No Tattoo, the Bowl of Soup, and the Torch. And a strong alliance at that, Mike.
Yeah, okay. I'm feeling all right about this. I could imagine these are all sort of like inanimate objects, and so they'd want to band together from a certain perspective. Other things here are more lively, and they know that they have a propensity to maybe get picked off, so they don't want to be the bottom feeders. They want to make sure that they take the power immediately, but they're not the only ones forming a powerful trio in this tribe.
Yeah, Jess, there's a second alliance here between the Lemon Tree, Sir Squiddington, and the Worth Playing For logo.
Well, I feel like this is the alliance that I'm going to be rooting for when I see these two sides going at it against each other. But I mean, for one thing, No Tattoo knows that he's coming into this game with the biggest target on his back. So obviously he's got loyalty 9 to whoever will take him. But this is the good guys. This is the group that they're going to be getting the OTTP edit, and we're going to be really excited to see them proceed, and we're going to be very sad if one of them falls.
Okay, over on the Let Go tribe, we have some alliances going on there. We have an alliance between the Fleur de Lis, the Merge Feast Note, and Speaking Llama. Another strong alliance, Mike.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Llama was able to get in so quickly, considering I imagine there's some sort of, communication difficulties, right? Considering that one can only communicate in Llama and the other two might have some difficulty translating, unless they happen to have experience a la Cass McEwen.
And just we have our the game's first 4-person alliance between the Outwit, Outplay, Outlast logo, Pick the Mic Up, the Season 39 Idol, and the Survivor logo mashup.
Well, I have to say, this is not looking good for 5-piece puzzle.
Yeah, your boy 5-piece puzzle is on the outs right now, Rob.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let's go to our first immunity challenge here in Survivor China. And Mike, if I recall correctly, this is one where you have to carry the heavy dragon through the maze.
Yes, I believe so. And yeah, I guess we'll try to adapt these two. I don't know, maybe Jess has more thoughts about Ink Master challenges that might pertain to this, considering how we're able to translate tattoo ideas into Survivor challenges.
Okay, well, let's see. The tribe going to our first tribal council is going to be the Indoor tribe going to tribal council as the Let Go tribe wins immunity. Break for the 5-piece puzzle.
Maybe not so much of a break, though, because they win Flint, and I believe 5-piece puzzle is the most flammable.
Yes. The immunity necklace looks a little flammable also, and as is the paper that the Season 37 Merge Feast note. Just saying. Okay. All right. Let's go to the beaches and see what's going on. Perhaps the immunity idols will be found and might shake up this first tribal council. So we will go to the Indoor tribe, and sure enough, the Dharma Survivor logo has found the idol without a clue. This is very impressive.
That makes sense. Well, actually, I believe the Dharma Survivor logo did receive a secret video from Jeff Probst wearing a lab coat describing what an immunity idol is and where to find it exactly. So there's a little bit of inside intel. But yeah, Dharma Survivor logo. I also believe the Dharma Survivor logo was one of 2 that was not involved in those Endure tribe initial dynamics. So if it was on the outside, it just found a way in.
Yeah, and also, Jess, on top of that, the Dharma Survivor logo is also becoming appreciated around the camp.
I think people are just pleased with its simplicity, and clearly, it knows where all of the secret hatches are all over the island. I can see it.
Yeah, do we think that is Dharma Survivor logo, to the hatch, much like Tony is to the spy nest / bunker? Is it hiding in places around camp, and that's why it was not in an alliance initially?
Do you think it was hiding in the place on the signpost where the immunity idol was found?
Exactly. Like, look for the bats. That's the symbol for the hatch that the Dharma logo's in.
Okay.
Yeah, or is it down there like eating all the secret cereal stash like Hurley?
That's a good call as well.
All right. That could be like a Shireen Will Sims situation also. Okay. All right. So let's go to what is going on over on the Let Go tribe, as they have an easy night ahead of them. No tribal council. Okay. The 5-piece puzzle was on the outs, has the idol.
Oh, man, what a turnaround episode for the 5-piece puzzle. Very like Aubrey Bracco in episode 1, like had their hashtag Survivor meltdown, but becomes the hero in the challenge and then comes around, fights that. This is surprising, though, because, Rob, if you remember, and I believe this will be implemented in future episodes, Survivor China had the whole kidnapping thing where, someone from the losing tribe was sent over to the winning tribe and given a clue to the idol that they had to get to somebody. Seems like on both tribes, they just sort of bypassed that, and both these tribes straight up handsed it and happened to find the idol without any clues.
They skipped it, and Jess, that there is a very similar look to the 5-piece puzzle and the Survivor China immunity idol.
Maybe that's why it happened this way. Maybe this is because 5-piece puzzle knew what to look for.
It's like the reticular activating system, except for yourself. Does that work?
Yeah. Somebody might accidentally play the 5-piece puzzle as the Survivor China immunity idol.
I can imagine James picking them both up, thinking that now he has 2 of them again.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, the Outwit, Outplay, Outlast, and the Season 39 idol have a minor fight.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel. Those are 2 in my camp, so I'm not happy about that. I hope there's not too big of a schism formed between these 2.
Okay, all right. Tribal Council number 1. One of these tattoos will be eliminated from consideration for being a permanent part of Mike Bloom's body. We'll find out in our first Tribal Council. Mike, who do you think is potentially out here?
Okay, well, I'm trying to think. I think the only one that was not in an alliance was the QR code. So I think there might be a chance the QR code is the foo here. But there's also a chance we have 2 alliances of 3. If they possibly strike at each other, that could be very interesting. So I would not be surprised if, one of those 6 goes as well. But I think my gut is telling me if it's an easy first boot, it's got to be QR code here. And hopefully, if it's Dharma, it does not go home with the idol in his line, not pocket.
Jess, do you see somebody who is sorely sticking out?
Well, honestly, I think Mike has it right. It's hard to say whether these 2 alliances are going to target each other out of the gate or if they're going to band together and pick off the easier targets. I feel like I'm going to start to understand where I have my deepest loyalties as these tattoos get eliminated.
Yes.
And I have to confront the real, the very real truth that this is not going on Mike Bloom's body. And I think I will be sadder about some of these than others. And it might be anyone's guess which one is going to make me the saddest.
Once the votes start flying, we'll know how we truly feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, we're still all future and no past.
Okay. Let's see how the votes shake out on vote number 1. Okay. The Dharma Survivor logo has the tribe idol. There will not be an idol played. All the votes will count. Our first vote here in Survivor Islands of Ink goes to no tattoo.
Yes!
Oh.
Second vote, no tattoo.
Oh, interesting.
No tattoo, 3 votes.
Oh my God, could this be a slam dunk?
Lemon tree.
Oh, lemon tree. Interesting.
Lemon tree. No tattoo. That's 4 votes. No tattoo.
Oh, one more.
2
One
votes,
more.
Lemon tree.
Come on.
Lemon tree.
Oh no, is this gonna be a tie?
Lemon tree. We are tied.
The first vote is a tie in this
The
season?
First
insane.
vote of the season. 4 votes for no tattoo. 4 votes for lemon tree.
Okay, so in this case, we're going to have, I believe, Lemon Tree and No Tattoo will not vote. The other 6 will. If things stick the way that they will, we may have a rock draw in the first vote of a Survivor season here.
Yes. Okay. Rock draw to me is worst case scenario here because I would love to see no tattoo or lemon tree get knocked out.
I know. I was going to say, if No Tattoo ends up surviving this due to a rock draw, the Survivor fandom is going to be steaming right now.
Mike, are you rooting for no tattoo?
It's tough because I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out, but I also I get your point before that the more it stays in, the more drama it creates, So it's really weighing those 2 ideas in my head. I would not like it to win, obviously, but I would not like it to be first boot.
Okay.
I want it to stick around just enough to that mid-merge point where then once it gets booted, we'll all have a sense of satisfaction without needing to watch it the entire season.
Okay. All right. Our revote is happening. Okay. All right. There will be 6 votes here in the revote. No tattoo and lemon tree will not vote. First vote. No tattoo. No tattoo. Lemon tree. Lemon tree.
Oh my God.
Tied again. Lemon tree.
Oh no. Lemon Tree.
No tattoo. We are going to rocks on the very first vote of Survivor.
Classic BrantSteele.
Islands
Oh my
of
God.
Ink.
Survivor
We are
South Africa
deadlocked.
realness. We're deadlocked in the first vote.
We are deadlocked. So now, No Tattoo and Lemon Tree cannot be voted out. The other 6 tattoos will choose a rock, and randomly, one will be eliminated. Okay, this could be, we could lose something good here.
I'm going to be really pissed off if Sir Squiddington gets rocked out of the game on the first vote.
Okay. All right.
Oh my
so,
God. Oh my God. My heart is racing, and for a different reason than it was racing before.
all right. We have a tie. We will have a rock draw. The person that draws I'm not sure if it's a white rock in this simulation, but the one tattoo will get knocked out here via rock. Whoever draws the purple rock will leave. Okay, here we go. Let's go into our bag of rocks. And
I'm sad the purple sock won't draw the purple rock in this case.
the tattoo that is eliminated is the torch.
Oh.
The tribe
sense.
has spoken. The
The
adventure
torch is
of a
the first to get
lifetime
snuffed.
is over.
Man.
Torch, bring me your torch.
Yeah, that feels.
Bring
do you
me
snort-
yourself.
Do you snuff it, or does that feel demeaning to the torch?
Okay. Mike, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little depressed. Again, this was sort of part of my camp of favorites going in, with one less, and with things like, Speaking Llama still in the game, that lessens the window of hope for me. That being said, from an entertainment perspective, that
Wow.
was sublime.
Jess, is this one of your favorites, the torch?
This is one of my favorites, and this is a bummer. I feel like Torch really had a lot to give to this competition, and I was hoping to see it burn for a lot longer.
Yeah. Torch wasn't one of my favorites. I feel like we have a lot of torches. We have a lot of logos. Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. I feel like it's a lot of like similar themes. So I feel like if we're gonna lose one of them, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, although Sean's art was really beautiful. I thought
Yeah.
he did a tremendous job.
Okay.
So that from that standpoint, it is a bummer.
Well, let's see how everybody voted to get to
I'm
that
very
crazy
intrigued about
vote.
this.
Okay. Let's see. We had the Dharma logo voting for the lemon tree. Also, we had the torch and the soup voting for the lemon tree, and no tattoo. That was one group. And
Yeah,
then
because remember, that was so basically that alliance got Dharma Survivor logo on board, or maybe knew that Dharma Survivor logo was going to vote for Lemon Tree and just picked it up as a vote to force a tie here.
Yeah. And then on the other side of things, we had the lemon tree, the barcode, Sir Squiddington, and Worth Playing For, all deadlocked for no tattoo.
Are we surprised that
guys.
nobody broke the tie? Considering that, again, this is the first vote of the game. You think that at least somebody would want to pull a Vetus and flip their vote to make sure they didn't go home via rock draw. I mean, arguably Torch should have done it, right? Because they wouldn't be out if they had just voted for no tattoo.
This is a divided group, Mike, that there was no mediation that could be done to settle the differences between these 8 tattoos.
I suppose so, but I guess now the question is, though, I mean, you would think arguably like, okay, the 4 that, voted together and survived, I guess that was like the Squiddington Alliance is going to prevail. But again, now it's like 3, 2, and still 2 rogue agents. So I think anything is still possible, even if this group immediately goes back to Tribal Council.
All right, let's see. Episode number 2 here of Survivor Islands of the Ink. 15 tattoos are left, or 14 tattoos and a pair of socks. So let's see how the alliances shake out after that Tribal Council. So with the torch out of the mix, we are down to an alliance just between no tattoo and the bowl of soup. Meanwhile, the lemon tree, Sir Squiddington, and Worth Playing For have all stuck together. Who was the 4th vote, Jess? Do you remember?
QR code was the 4th vote of that.
Yeah.
Yes, they have not been formally issued a invitation to the alliance.
And
But
this
I
makes sense by Lemon Tree's most loyal too, right? Because Lemon Tree was just saved by the virtue of its alliance.
Sure.
Okay.
And I think QR code is really hard to read at this point, so they don't want to trust him fully.
Right. Okay. Let's check out over on the Let Go tribe where things are. Everything has been standing pat. We have the fleur-de-lis, the merge feast note, and speaking llama in an alliance. Outwit, outplay at last. The microphone, the season 39 idol, and the logo are in an alliance. And the 5-piece puzzle is no alliance, but has the hidden immunity idol. Let's go to our reward challenge for the first time here in Survivor Islands of the Ink. And we see that it is the Let Go tribe winning fishing gear and a fishing boat. And they also kidnapped the Worth Playing For logo to get a clue to the idol.
This there was a total misconception here where Jeff asked with the reward challenge worth playing for, and that sort of incepted the idea into the other tribe to be like, okay, I guess we need to take worth playing for. It's a real who's on first situation.
Yes. Okay. Let's go to our immunity challenge now. And in our immunity challenge, we see this time the Endure tribe wins immunity, and the Let Go tribe will go to their first tribal council here in episode number 2. Back on the beach, we know the Dharma Survivor logo has the Endure tribe idol. Worth Playing For has the clue to said idol, and the Worth Playing For is going to share the clue with the Dharma Survivor logo. So maybe an alliance could be formed here.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, though, because Worth Playing For, Dharma Survivor logo voted against Worth Playing For's alliance. So maybe Worth Playing For feels like, okay, we're not out of the woods yet. Let's try to, secrete a majority here. But Dharma Survivor logo...
Did you say secrete a majority?
Yes, I did.
You're a majority?
Nope, secrete a majority.
Gross.
But this is...
I think Sir Squiddington could secrete a majority.
I was gonna say.
But this is a underrated stealthy game for the Dharma Survivor logo. I can imagine they're playing pretty dumb to being like, wow, there's an idol? I had no idea there was an idol here, when really it has the idol in its pocket the entire time.
And that gives Dharma Survivor logo an out, too, because he can be like, oh, yeah, that clue you gave me, it was super effective. Look, I got an idol.
Okay. Meanwhile, No Tattoo and Worth Playing For are bonding slightly. Okay.
All right, that makes sense. They're part of an alliance, so I think No Tattoo is starting to really get to know Worth Playing For. Now that they've sort of survived the seismic first vote, they're trying to finally get to know each other.
I'm a little confused. Worth Playing For is from the other tribe, correct?
He's from this tribe.
He's from this tribe.
He was kidnapped over to the other tribe between challenges.
Okay. All right.
And that's how he got the clue.
All right, got it. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on the other tribe. This is a little confusing with all these icons. Okay. Meanwhile, over on the Let Go tribe, we see no idol hidden, and now the Let Go alliance is a medium strength alliance, that alliance of 4.
Things fell apart a little bit. Maybe it's because now they're finally going to tribal council. You'd think they have not a stranglehold, but a pretty good chokehold of the tribe at this point. The majority is nearly secreted here. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I think maybe their trust in each other is growing less and less. And that's what's causing them to not necessarily be in lockstep for this vote.
Okay.
Their trust for each other is starting to dry up a little bit, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Dry trust.
All right. So let's go to Tribal Council number 2. One of these players will be voted out of the tribe here. 5-piece puzzle, fleur-de-lis, season 37 logo, outwit, outplay at last, pick the mic up, season 39 immunity idol, talking llama, or the Survivor logo mashup. I feel like we do not have a lot to work off of.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing is, again, 5-piece puzzle is the only one that's not in an alliance, but we just saw last episode that could amount to nothing. So really, it could be anybody here.
Okay. Jess, you have a strong feeling.
I think it's anybody's game. I feel like the alliance of 4 will probably win the day, but who knows?
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
We could have another tie vote.
What if every vote ends up being a tie vote for the rest of the game?
Be tricky. That would be tricky. 5-piece puzzle has the tribe idol. It is going to play the tribe idol.
Wow. My feeling votes are coming its way.
Is playing the idol. So any votes for the 5-piece puzzle will not count. Okay. First vote, 5-piece puzzle does not count.
Oh my God.
5-piece puzzle does not count. 5-piece
oh
puzzle
my
does
God.
not count. Pick the mic up.
Oh.
Speaking llama.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Get him.
The llama. That's 2
Get
votes
rid of
for
that
the speaking
llama.
llama. Speaking llama, the tribe has spoken. Mike, you get off the hook. The llama has spoken.
You have dodged that bullet.
Yes, I have lost a favorite, but I have also lost one that is less than a favorite. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that this one looks like 5-piece puzzle played the idol when he didn't need to. Interestingly enough,
Yeah,
I don't know.
It probably looks like a 4-3-1 vote. It looks like I would guess the 4 people ended up, the alliance of 4 ended up voting for the llama. I think the alliance of 3 voted for the 5-piece puzzle, and the 5-piece puzzle voted for the other one who got the one vote. The mic.
Pick the mic up.
Of course, that could also be an attempt to flush an idol.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no, it seems like you're right, Rob. 5-piece puzzle did indeed vote for Pick the Mic Up. Looks like the alliance of Fleur de Lis, Merged Feast Note, and the Llama voted for the puzzle. And then the other 4, which were the Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. I guess let's just call it Triple O, maybe easier to say.
Triple O, I like that.
Triple O, Pick the Mic Up, the season 39. Yeah. Oh, I like that. O cubed. Pick the Mic Up. The season 39 idol voted for the llama. So yeah, they sort of were able to get the majority by scattering the other 4 and sort of cementing its place in the tribe right now.
Okay. All right. So the llama has spoken. It will not be on your body permanently, Mike.
Oh, thank God, because we still didn't figure out what it was. So like if it did win, this would be by far the biggest mystery from this moment to, when it actually ends up on my body. So I'm happy we don't have to do too much work offline for that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I mean, if that had won, I would have had to actually come up with some real concept art too. And now nobody has to do that.
Take that off your plate. Okay.
Win, win, win.
Final 14. Here we go. All right. We're down to 7 and 7 here in Survivor Islands of Ink. And we have still the same alliances going on over on the Endure Tribe.
So can we call this? Yeah, can we call this first alliance Soup and Socks?
Soup and Socks, or no comma soup for you?
All right, we're going with that one.
Okay.
We're going with the more grammatically interesting alliance name.
Mm-hmm. Soup and Socks will work just fine. Okay. Lemon Tree, the Squid, and Worth Playing For are...
Yeah, we'll call these the secretors.
The secretors.
God.
Okay. All right. Then over on the other tribe, the Fleur de Lis and the Merge Feast Note. Both things are indicators to point you to the direction of an idol. The Fleur de Lis and the Merge Feast Note. They have a natural bond. And then we have the Alliance of 4, the O Cubed, Pick the Mic Up, Season 39 Idol, and the Logo Mashup are an alliance. 5-piece puzzle is out on an island. No allies and no idol. Okay. Let's go to our reward challenge here. And this time around, we have the Endure Tribe winning reward, kerosene, lamp, rope, blankets, pillows, and a tarp. A couple of these items probably should be careful around the kerosene.
Yeah, I would definitely say don't pile them up all together. But yeah, I can imagine the rainy environment has been a little tough. I know that Sir Squinnington probably thrives in it, and everyone was probably looking hungrily to the bowl of soup at a certain point. But this Endure Tribe, again, for being so scatterbrained in the first vote, just won the past 2 challenges.
Okay. They will steal the Season 39 idol to...
Probably because they think it's an actual idol.
Yes. Okay. All right. Season 39 idol will be back with his original tribe for
Season 39
challenge.
idol gets a clue to the idol might be the stupidest sentence I've read at BrantSteele.
No, it's the stupidest until he finds an idol.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'd like to play myself. Like you want to play yourself? Yes. Can I do that? Okay.
I have a question,
Yes.
Mike. When you were setting this up, did you gender all of these tattoos, or are they all masculine?
They are all randomly generated genders, so we shall see.
So it's like a foreign language. Some of these inanimate objects will be female gender. We'll see. Okay.
We'll see. I do not remember to this point, so your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. All right. We have our third immunity challenge here. The Endure Tribe is going to win immunity this time around.
I mean, this makes sense, right? This was the one where I believe the one that Courtney struggled with in the actual China season where they had to chop through ropes using a katana. And Sir Squidington alone was a beast in this challenge.
Yeah, all those arms came in handy. All right, let's go back to the beach and see what's going on. All right, so the Dharma logo has the idol. We have our alliance, which is now a medium strength alliance between the Secretors, the Lemon Tree, Sir Squidington, and Worth Playing For.
Ooh, that's not good. And remember, they had the majority. Their alliance ended up winning out in that first vote. I guess the more time they're spending away from tribal council, the more they're going to mistrust each other and maybe regretting voting together in that first vote.
Okay. Meanwhile, at the other tribe, season 39 idol has a clue to the idol. And now, season 39 idol does not share the clue with the rest of the tribe and is also rubbing the tribe the wrong way.
Oh no. Season 39 Idol might get blindsided real quick if it's coming back from the group and like not opening up whatsoever about what happened on the other tribe. Season 39 Idol is drawing a huge target around its neck.
Okay, all right. It normally goes around people's necks, although this is a very small idol that would.
Yeah, in Jamal's case, it was his wrist, hence
yes.
why he wants his hand to be on my body. But
okay. All right. Let's go to Tribal Council number 3. This time around, the 5-piece puzzle, Florida Lee, the season 39 or season 37 merge clue, triple cubed, pick the mic up, season 39 idol,
triple cubed,
O cubed. And then we have the Survivor logo mashup. Somebody is going home. Jess, do you think that the Florida Lee or the season 37 merge clue are in the hot seat tonight?
It's hard to say, Rob. If I had to put money on it, I would say 5-piece puzzle is in trouble. He drew some votes last time and now has burned off the idol. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he's been able to solve his way out of this conundrum, but I guess we're going to find out.
I will say that I think if anybody from this majority 4 are drawing votes, it's probably season 39 Idol, right? Like I can imagine how the others are disgruntled at season 39 Idol, and so they decide to throw some votes away and be like, "Come on, vote along with us." Like they're annoying, right? Sort of like in Survivor One World, how Nina tried to unsuccessfully mount a campaign to get rid of Kat when Kat was pretty entrenched in a majority alliance. Like I do not think that the idol's going anywhere anytime soon.
Okay. Let's see where we go from here. Let's get to our vote. First vote is the 5-piece puzzle.
Oh.
5-piece puzzle again.
Uh-oh.
I called it.
Pick the mic up.
Uh-oh, interesting.
5-piece puzzle. 5-piece puzzle.
That's
the tribe has
it,
spoken.
Rob.
The majority.
I'm so sorry.
Unanimous.
Okay, by a vote of 6-1, the 5-piece puzzle has been eliminated.
Wow. So I guess Spencer. I mean it might have just been a thing of like, you know, even though the majority 4 was like, hey, we got rid of one of your allies, but like 5-piece puzzle is pretty sketchy, right? Just sort of going all over the place, finding idols that nobody knew about. We should just get rid of them and make for a stronger tribe, despite the fact that the 5-piece puzzle is probably the best one at puzzles, right? Just due to its nature.
Yeah, it's good at solving puzzles, you would think.
It really depends on how self-aware 5-piece puzzle is, because 5-piece puzzle might not be good at puzzles because he's never really examined what it's like to be a puzzle.
Okay. All right. Let's get down now. We are 13 are left. Let's go to round number 4. Okay. Here we are. 7 members are left of the Endure tribe. Only 6 in the Let Go tribe.
Look at Endure. Endure's really like Kasaiing it right now. Despite being the more dysfunctional tribe, has been able to get the numbers over the Let Go tribe.
It's managed to endure.
Okay, this will be the
last. Let Go is letting go of members.
This will be the last vote before we have a bit of a tribe swap coming up here in the next round of play. All right, let's go to our alliances. Soup and Socks, they're still together. The Secretors, the Lemon Tree, Sir Squidington, and Worth Playing For are still together in an alliance. We have still Florida Lee and the 37 Merge Feast Note, and then the big 4 of Triple O, Pick the Mic Up, Season 39 Idol, and the logo mashup. They are also an alliance of 4. This alliance needs a name too, Jess.
Yeah, but I I'm not sure what we would call it.
It's tough. I mean, it might get broken up in an episode from now, so we might want to put a lid on it until we find out they're actually sticking together.
Let's see. All right. Let's go to our reward challenge this time around. And this is going to be that nighttime challenge, Mike, where we're going to have basically like a lacrosse game with a ball on fire.
Yeah, where they have to use like the giant chopsticks, I believe, to move the big wicker ball on fire into the pots.
Yes. Okay. The Let Go tribe is going to win a reward here.
Oh, good. They get their own version of lamp ropes. I didn't realize that there was so much rope and kerosene going around in Survivor China, but now each camp has some.
A lot. But they're going to kidnap Sir Squidington to come back to their camp.
Well, I mean, he's a jolly fellow. He's a good time. I totally get it. I would kidnap him too.
I think Sir Squidington is like the James Clement of this season. Like he seems to be like the big challenge beast, seems to be the most vocal. So I can imagine the other tribe wanting to kidnap him to like get a sense as to what's going on, you know?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I wonder if they're going to choose to bring him over when they have their swap.
Maybe. Let's go to our immunity challenge, and in the immunity challenge, it is
wow,
going to be the Endure tribe winning immunity. Their 3 out of 4 immunity challenges won.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, Let Go, to Jess's point, is really shedding tribe members at this point.
Yes, they are really living up to their name. Okay. Let's go back to the beach. I don't know if they were beaches in Survivor China. Back to camp.
Like mud huts.
Yeah. Okay. While the Dharma Survivor logo has the Endure Tribe idol, Sir Squidington does have the clue, and Sir Squidington will share the clue with Worth Playing For. Okay.
A good move. Worth Playing For is part of the Secretors, and I think Sir
had the clue before.
Yeah, and probably noticed that the dynamics of the alliance was falling apart a bit, so they decided to share it. But maybe I spoke too soon.
Okay, still a medium strength alliance for the Secretors between the Lemon Tree, Sir Squidington, and Worth Playing For.
Yeah, it does feel like Sir Squidington is sort of like the glue at this point, right? Sort of holding both people together.
Well, ironically, he was the one that had the least loyalty in the beginning, and now everybody's down on his level.
Okay. All right, let's go to what's going on the Let Go tribe as they prepare for another tribal council. Nothing doing. Okay.
Oh, okay. So this could be either a real straightforward thing where either Fleur-de-Lis or Merge Tribe Idol goes here, or perhaps, I mean, again, this foursome is only a medium strength alliance. Maybe someone turns. We get a 3-3 vote here, perhaps?
I don't think so. I think that seems like a stretch. I feel like the Fleur-de-Lis or the Season 37 Merge Feast clue probably is going to go home. Right, Jess?
I have to think that is the most likely outcome, but I would love to be surprised. I would love for someone to go totally rogue here.
Yeah. Mike, real talk. What are you rooting for? If either the Merge Feast clue or Fleur-de-Lis is going out in this round, who would you like to see gone?
I personally would like to see the Fleur-de-Lis gone because we actually found out some info between recordings here that the Fleur-de-Lis maybe serves a larger purpose than we even think. You know, not only is it a symbol from New Orleans culture, French culture, all that, but it's also like a good symbol that a lot of people as part of Greek life, as part of fraternities and sororities wear. And look, I am a proud member of former Greek life myself, but I also feel like this would not make it very unique in that regard. You know, I don't want to necessarily have a symbol on that a bunch of other people who have nothing to do with Survivor have on. And so from it being too multi-purposed, I'm actually, you know, now that Speaking Llama is gone, this is probably my bottom tier tattoo idea at this point.
Okay.
This is going very well for you then, Mike.
All right, well, we'll see. Let's see how this vote goes. Let's go to our first vote, and it's the 37 Merge Feast clue.
As soon as I said it.
Maybe the Merge Feast clue and the Fleur-de-Lis voted for each other, Mike. You don't know.
Yeah, out of survival.
Yes. It's the Survivor mashup logo. Merge Feast clue. Mashup logo. 2-2. Merge Feast note and Merge Feast note. The tribe has spoken.
Damn it! They picked the wrong one.
Picked the wrong one. So that alliance of 4, they stuck together. They voted for the Merge Feast vote, presumably, and then the 2 things that point you to an idol ended up sticking together and put their votes on the Survivor mashup logo. That is the case.
And thus, Survivor logo. Survivor logo lives for another day, and merge feast note fails to make the merge.
Yeah, that's
very
interesting.
ironic.
It's now undateable. It goes off into the sunset, much like the picture depicts.
It
And
doesn't even
yeah,
make its own feast.
exactly. But this is an interesting situation now because now we are reaching the next round where infamously, as was just covered in this week of podcasts, each tribe gets to pick 2 people to steal from the other tribe. And because someone is, now that the let go tribe is down to 5, no matter what, that alliance of 4 is getting broken up in some way because now it's just the alliance of 4 plus the fleur de lis. 4 plus fleur.
4 plus floor. Let me also just add, Mike, that the merge feast clue is cool, but I thought there's no connection to Mike Bloom there. So it would be a cool thing, but to me, that didn't really speak to me as a tattoo for you.
Yeah, it's more of like a general graphic. And it's not even more of an overarching graphic like Triple O is. And I have, even as Triple O keeps advancing, I have some ideas that maybe we can work with to maybe not make it so generic. Whereas I do feel like the merge feast note, there's not much to work with outside of that graphic. Great for a t-shirt design, super colorful, very inventive use of a clue. Maybe not a great tattoo. So maybe it was all for the best, even though it means that stupid fleur de lis has to stick in.
All right. Let's go to our big tribe shakeup here in Survivor Islands of the Ink. A controversial one for sure. Okay. We have 7 members of the Endure tribe, and we have 5 members of the Let Go tribe. Mike, do you suspect that the Let Go tribe is going to now assume that they will have 7 members?
Yeah, they'll say, oh my God, they have to let go of 2 to let go. That's why our tribe is named that. It makes so much sense now.
Yes. Okay. Let's go to our twist. Okay. In the twist, each tribe is asked to pick the 2 strongest players from the other tribe. Endure tribe picks the Triple O and pick up the mic from the Let Go. So that alliance of 4 is rocked to its core.
Yeah, and now it's on a tribe with the fleur de lis. So there's a chance now that the fleur de lis might flip and vote out those other 2 people.
Okay, and the Endure tribe has picked the Let Go tribe picks the Dharma Survivor logo and no tattoo from the Endure tribe. Mike, are you hoping now that the Let Go tribe will throw a challenge to vote out no tattoo?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably an optimal thing, right? Either vote out no tattoo or vote out fleur de lis. Now I sort of feel like I have my tribe that I have vested interest in, especially now that Triple O and Pick the Mic Up have moved over, and the other tribe that I'm relatively okay on. But yeah, this is an interesting pick. And I guess if we're talking about the dynamics on the Endure tribe now, no tattoo being missing is fine, and Dharma Survivor logo missing is fine, because the Secretors are still in the majority, but now Soup is without socks, so that makes it another free agent.
Okay. I think Soup could easily be picked up by the Secretors because Soup is itself a liquid.
Yeah, good point. All right,
just needs a vessel.
The new look Endure tribe is the Lemon Tree, O Cubed, Pick the Mic Up, the QR Code, Sir Squiddington, the Soup, and Worth Playing For.
Do you think the Soup is a popular Castaway featured on The Soup when it was covering Survivor China at the time?
I don't know. They're going to bring the Soup back.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe this will be the first thing that they cover: BrantSteeles and other internet topics.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was a version of the Soup airing at the time of Survivor China.
I think there was. I don't think it went off the air until a few years later.
Yeah, when you were on, Rob, you were on the Soup at one point. That was what, like 2010?
Yes, but they had just like the Joel McHale version of the Soup had like just like started again. There was like many iterations. I think there was like a couple periods where it was talk Soup, and then it went dark and then came back. I don't know why we're doing the oral history of the Soup, which I think is also about to come back. And then that there was like a couple of years where it was dark, and then it went from talk Soup to came back as the Soup with Joel McHale.
Oh, the Soup apparently came back in 2004. The Joel McHale version. So it was a little even long in the tooth by the time Survivor China came around.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So let's go ahead and talk about the Let Go tribe. Dharma Survivor logo, Fleur de Lis, no tattoo, season 39 idol, and the Survivor logo mashup. All right.
Yeah, these are interesting. Now, I think on paper, one of the reasons why this twist sucked in the original season was because it's very easy to just be like, we have the majority, let's pick people off. But I will say, from a BrantSteele perspective, not only is it going to be more wacky and random, but also these dynamics are a bit more fractured than they were in Survivor China in real life. So there is a chance that it's not just going to be, those that are swapped are going to get thrown right out the revolving door here.
Okay. Let's go to our alliances now here after the swap. The soup is all alone. We have on the Endure tribe, Worth Playing For is gone, right? I can't really tell that Worth Playing For is
No,
Worth
Worth Playing For
there.
is still there.
It's still
it
there.
It doesn't help that it is mostly black and white text.
Yes. Okay. All right. And then we have. See, this is where it gets tricky to tell what has become monochromatic here. But anyway, let's not worry too much about these alliances right now. Okay, there are still a lot of alliances, and it would only be confusing to name every single one. Okay. Meanwhile, over here on the Endure tribe, No Tattoo is here without the soup, and a lot of other people have some connections. Let's go to the immunity challenge here in round number 5. This time around, we are going to see that it is the Endure tribe continues its winning ways.
Wow. So do we think that Let Go through this? Do we think that Let Go said we're going to get rid of Dharma and Dharma and No Tattoo here? So let's, throw some stuff to the side. The Zodiac symbols did look a lot like the Dharma Initiative symbols.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say, this has got to be really confusing. Like, if they threw one of the puzzle pieces away, was Dharma Survivor logo able to jump in and be the puzzle piece?
I think that's what it tried to do, but they were all so confused and just kept giggling to each other that really the Dharma Survivor logo was just getting angrier and angrier, steaming like a vent of electromagnetic radiation.
Yeah. Do we know how the merge feast clue or how the fleur-de-lis is with Sudoku?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe if the numbers were in French, that'd probably help it.
Okay. All right. Let's go and see what's going on back at the camps. We see the soup and the lemon tree have a major fight. Jess, why would soup fight with the lemon tree?
I think they're fighting for food supremacy here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And soup is like, I am not one of those Greek lemon soups.
Mm-hmm. Mike, is the soup some sort of like a hot and sour soup? Could it have been a battle over who's more sour?
Yeah, I could see that. Like, I think the soup, or at this point, the soup has like heated up in a manner of speaking. Like, I think it started to boil over a bit. I think there are some spices involved there, so I think the soup has become a bit more ornery, especially in losing the socks. I can imagine that the socks were more of a warming, calming presence in the soup, and now that the soup has lost the socks, the soup is going off.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else is going on over on the Let Go tribe. The Dharma logo still has the Endure tribe idol, but the behavior of the Survivor logo is rubbing people the wrong way.
Uh-oh,
Jeff.
No, that's no good.
Again, I think they were. Go ahead.
I think it was just. I think Dharma Survivor logo was really confusing in that immunity challenge, and I would imagine that people are still mad at him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can imagine this might be another 5-piece puzzle situation where maybe Dharma logo plays the idol. And I do believe, actually, much like the real Survivor season, since they didn't replant the idols after James was voted out with them, this is the only idol left in the season. So if it gets played here, we are pretty much playing old school Survivor from here on out.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. Let's see how Tribal Council number 5 is going to go. All right. Let Go Tribe. Only 5 votes will be cast.
I'm actually, for many reasons, I'm glad this tribe is going to Tribal Council because these are super interesting dynamics, right? Because remember, the fleur-de-lis was left out on the previous iteration of Let Go. And so it could very easily join up with Dharma logo and No Tattoo and say, hey, let's get rid of Season 39 idol. Let's get rid of the Survivor logo. However, the Dharma logo and No Tattoo were not exactly best friends on the Endure tribe either. So it really does feel like if the 3 of them can get their act together, they can mount a coup, but it's easier said than done.
Easier said than done. Okay, let's see if we're gonna have that idol get played. I'm talking about the season.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Dharma Survivor logo, not the season 39 idol. Okay, Dharma Survivor logo has the Endure Tribe idol. They will not play it, so all the votes will count
Ooh.
here in this 5-person vote. All right. The merged it's not I don't want to say the merge idol, the merge
Mashup
logo,
idol.
mashup logo, Dharma.
Oh no, Dharma, what'd you do?
Dharma could
No,
get voted out
Dharma!
with an idol in his
Oh.
pocket. That's 2 votes for Dharma Survivor logo. Mashup
Ah.
logo, 5th
One
player
vote left.
voted out of Survivor Islands of Ink. It's the
Damn,
Dharma mash. It's the Dharma
Dharma!
logo.
With
You
an
were
idol in
wrong!
his pocket.
You
An
were
idol.
wrong! Damn it! Darn it! Oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. And it had an idol. What happened?
Rub people the wrong way. Okay. Well, it looks like it was the fleur-de-lis, the season 39 idol, and the mashup.
So the fleur-de-lis stuck with its previous tribe members despite their differences
Yep.
to get rid of the Dharma
I
logo.
imagine Dharma logo thought Fleur-de-Lis was voting with him.
Yep. Perhaps it was a tribe through the challenge to vote out the Dharma logo.
I mean, I guess good on Fleur-de-Lis. Definitely the next one to go. Sort of benefits from the swap here, able to survive the next vote just because there's 2 others automatically on the bottom. Very Jean Robert, speaking of other French iconography.
Yep. And also that if they did throw the challenge to vote out the Dharma logo, again, that, they sliding doors moment, they could have voted out no tattoo.
They really could have, and they should have, or the Dharma Survivor logo should have played its idol. At least then the Survivor logo mashup would have gone instead. Oh, I'm sad. All right, well, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm not destined to get the Dharma tattoo at the moment. I will not mistake coincidence for fate. But I'm sad to see this go, especially now all the idols are out of the game. Rob, an old school Survivor fan's dream has come true. There are no idols in this season right
Okay.
now.
And I'm pausing the game right now to call Josh Wigler and figure out how we're setting up a fundraiser so that Mike can get that Dharma tattoo.
All right, final 11. Here we are. That 7 members on the Endure tribe. Only 4 people in this Let Go tribe. Okay. All right. Actually, we've stayed true to form to Survivor China.
Yeah, this really has been like pretty good, except again, the first vote was absolutely insane.
Yes. Okay. Let's go to our alliances. It's just too much of a train wreck to even describe the alliances going on here between all these tattoos. Meanwhile, it's not much better on the Endure tribe, even though there's only 4 people on the tribe. Let's go to our reward challenge. And our reward challenge, the Let Go tribe.
Oh my God.
The little
They won
tribe that
something.
could. They win a reward to a nearby tea house.
Oh, that's cute. For T for tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I feel like that the soup would have liked that if that could have gone.
Well, it might
Lots
still
of hot
kidnap the
liquids.
soup.
Yeah. And they will kidnap the Outwit, Outplay, Outlast logo with a clue to the idol. She'll be back for the challenge. So, yeah.
I think we've been misgendering this one.
Okay. O cubed. She'll be back. Okay.
Like it could be a thing where obviously I think they want to check in with O Cubed, who I guess more and more is coming across as the leader of that old alliance to sort of like figure out what's going on. Maybe this could be like a James situation when they're like, here's a clue in case you need it, not aware that all the idols of the game are out at this point. But it doesn't matter because Season 39 idol and the mashup logo are making the merge, baby, as the Let Go tribe has continued their remarkable spurt of success here and won immunity.
Okay, so an immunity victory for the Let Go tribe here. So we will see one of the tribe of 7 now go to tribal council as no tattoo will advance.
Damn it.
It makes sense. This was the eating contest. So it kind of makes sense that Sir Squidington and Lemon Tree and Soup would all be really bad at the eating contest because they're all food.
Yeah. No tattoo really dodges a bullet here. Would have likely have gone home had this tribe gone to tribal council.
Yeah, it was scarfing Balut down its very long neck into the toes, and Jeff did not check to see if it had swallowed it or not.
Okay. Let's check out what's going on back at the tribe. The
Oh.
outwit, outplay, outlast. She has a clue to the idol. She has the clue with everyone. Okay, that was smart.
I mean, I think she knows that she's on the bottom right now, definitively speaking. So I think and especially since, she might try to pick the mic up under the bus and be like, hey, just keep me over her. I just need to make it to the merge. But oh my God, officially, Rob, on that note, the core 4 alliance of O Cubed, Pick the Mic Up, Season 39 Idol, and the Survivor logo mashup has officially disbanded. The alliance that arguably ruled the first half of this game is no more right before the merge.
Okay, boy, it could be a wild merge coming up. Let's go and check out what's going on the Let Go tribe. The Survivor logo mashup isolates herself from the rest of the tribe. Nobody wants to align with her.
I mean, maybe it's a matter of it was sort of like a symmetrical thing, right? Where O Cubed and Pick the Mic Up are breaking apart, and maybe Survivor logo mashup is feeling that and decides to break things off with the Survivor 39 idol as well in that moment, just to make sure that everyone's divided going into this merge.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go to our tribal council of 7 members. The Lemon Tree, O Cubed, Pick the Mic Up, the QR code, Sir Squidington, the Bowl of Soup, and Worth Playing For are all on the block tonight. Jess, do you have a read on who's going home?
Well, I really feel like we have heard nothing from QR code all game.
Mm.
QR code is not making alliances.
Yeah, it's
QR
a
code
flat
is not,
line, no peaking audio here.
Yeah, there's really, I feel like I feel like QR code is an easy target at this juncture.
Who came over from the other tribe? Was it Pick the Mic Up and O Cubed?
Yeah, so I think there is an option that Pick the Mic Up could be here as well. I could imagine that there's some fear that O Cubed might have an idol, as well as O Cubed, I think, being a bit more generous, really playing that social game, the outlast portion, I suppose, of its personality. So I could see a case where it survives. So I'm thinking either QR code or Pick the Mic Up, personally.
All right. Let's see. Everybody's going to vote. First vote, Lemon Tree.
Ooh.
Lemon Tree. 2 votes, Lemon Tree.
Oh, no.
Lemon Tree.
Whoa.
Oh.
The Bowl of Soup.
What?
Soup.
Soup?
Soup. We're tied.
Whoa,
3
how did
votes
this
Lemon
happen?
Tree, 3 votes Soup. The 6th
we fell for
player
the editing.
voted out is the Lemon Tree.
Oh, that's a blow to the secretors.
Boy.
Oh, the
Mike.
secretors.
Lemon Tree was in the very first vote. Did Lemon Tree?
Yeah, Lemon
survive
Tree. This was sort of a final destination thing where Lemon Tree, dodged becoming the first boot, but now it has finally come back around and derooted it. Very surprised here, not on our radar whatsoever. As Jess said, we thought it was a part of the secretors. I guess my guess is that the secretors voted for the Soup, and the Soup got together all the outsiders to turn on the Lemon Tree.
Yep. And,
Meanwhile,
the tribe soured on Lemon Tree, and she was cut down.
Yes, lost some of her appeal.
Yep,
Exactly.
The zest for living is just...
Yeah. Meanwhile,
though I will say there was a bit of a rind on her as she came out of the game, very smelly.
Yeah. The other person who was involved in that deadlock tie, no tattoo, goes on to make the merge. Lemon Tree will not have the same fate. Let's see how it all went down here as we look at the
ran out
votes.
of juice.
Yes, so the juice was not worth the squeeze to keep the Lemon Tree in the game. The Lemon Tree voted for the Soup. Also, Sir Squidington voted for the Soup and Worth Playing For, but it was the Soup. It was the QR code. It was Pick the Mic Up and O Cubed who all voted for the Lemon Tree.
But do we think this is a move for the Soup? Is this a move for the O Cubed? The O Cubed Pick the Mic Up duo. Who do we credit for this move? Because I would say this is probably one of the biggest moves of the game so far.
I don't know.
I would guess they probably. I'm going to give credit to Soup on this one. But I think QR code probably a bigger role than we thought. And just QR code's getting the worst edit.
Yeah, exactly. QR code's that one where when I would do all the exit press, they're like, well, what you don't know is the QR code was actually doing a lot around camp. And just for one reason or another, QR code's just not getting picked up at all.
QR code is like the Leanne from Survivor Vanuatu.
All right. It's merge time. We're gonna merge at
Yeah.
10 here.
Woohoo.
Okay.
And I believe actually, I believe in getting rid of the Dharma logo and getting rid of the lemon tree that we are now 5-5 with original tribes going into the merge.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's going to be awesome.
All right, let's go to our merge, and we'll have our merge feast on the Malcolm getting voted out tribe.
I had to satiate the listeners in some way. It had to be mentioned due to the innumerable amount of suggestions of a tattoo of me laughing at Malcolm getting voted out. I feel like he had to be represented in some way here. Plus, he relates back to Denise as well.
Okay, just to set the stage here, if you're just joining us, if you are the kind of person that jumps into podcasts an hour in, we are down to the final 10 here of the Survivor Islands of Ink. It is down to the fleur-de-lis, no tattoo, the outwit, outplay, outlast, aka O cubed, pick the mic up, a QR code, the season 39 idol, Sir Squiddington, the bowl of soup, the Survivor logo mashup, and worth playing for. Mike, could we get a quick check-in as you glance over the final 10?
So I feel okay. There are definitely, I would say some of the more middling suggestions for my favorability were the ones that left, with the exception of obviously the Dharma logo and the torch, but we did get rid of Speaking Llama. I will say fleur-de-lis right now is my ops. No tattoo is a cop-out, but I'd say, the ones I'm really supporting right now, I'm still going for O cubed. It's simple, but I think we could come up with a fun idea around it. The season 39 idol, and Sir Squiddington is warming its way up there. I came in supporting QR code, but I don't know. QR code really hasn't shown anything as of yet. I like the idea, but I don't like its Survivor game so far.
Okay. Will that impact your enjoyment of the tattoo if somebody plays a very under-the-radar game to win?
I mean, considering it's BrantSteele, I don't think so.
Okay. Just wanted to say. Maybe the QR code could point to this podcast. That would be very self-referential.
Yeah, exactly. But I think people would have more questions if they checked this out than if they actually just asked what my tattoo was.
Okay, let's go to our tribe alliances here at the merge of Survivor Islands of Ink. Here we are. Okay, Soup and Socks are back
They're
together.
back together.
Okay.
United.
All right, what's left of the Secretors, Jess, is also here with Sir Squiddington and worth playing for.
I'm not making a secret of the fact that I'm rooting for them.
Okay. All right. We have the original Endure tribe, I believe. The QR codes are Squiddington, the soup, and the worth playing for original.
Yeah, so I feel like that shouldn't be very strong because didn't QR code and soup just voted out Lemon Tree? So
yeah,
Sir Squiddington doesn't have strong loyalty to anybody. He's his own squid.
I mean, there's a million of these. Like every single person that's ever been on a tribe together, they list here together as part of the
lots
tribes.
of voting blocks.
Yeah, we know that for the sake of time, we don't need to set up every single one. Okay, let's go to our immunity challenge here. Individual immunity is up for grabs for whoever can remember what happened at the merge feast the best. Okay, let's go ahead and find out. And it is, of course, she did it. Outwit, outplay, outlast wins immunity.
That makes sense. She was concentrating a lot on the flag and the scenery, considering it does brandish her name. So I think, I think Triple O might be a bit brainier than we're giving her credit for. She seems to be very much like the Sophie Clark, I feel like, putting the O in Sophie.
Okay. She used Outwit here to win this first immunity challenge. Outwit, outplay, outlast cannot go home here at the final 10. Back at camp. We have a new Endure Tribe Alliance, a 6-person alliance of the Triple O, Pick the Mic Up, the QR Code, Sir Squiddington, the Soup, and Worth Playing For. Is that the group that came in at the merge? Are they now actually, have they been downgraded to a very weak alliance, Jess?
Yeah, I think having their old people back has kind of fractured them somewhat.
Well, not to mention their last vote was like 4-3. They weren't exactly coming in the most united. So I would not be surprised if, one out of this group, sans Triple O, obviously, ends up going here.
Yes, the Soup is now part of a lukewarm alliance.
I think that's how we should measure these from now on in soup temperatures.
Not scalding, lukewarm. All right. Tribal Council, number 7, first Tribal Council at the merge. No idols are in play. Outwit, outplay, outlast has individual immunity and cannot be voted for. One of these 10 tattoos are going home. Mike, do you have a sense of who it could be?
I mean, I hope I'm looking at the left corner of the screen here with Fleur de Lis and no tattoo. Personally, I could imagine it. I'm just trying to think because there's so many variables, right? Like, do they stick original tribes and go 5-5? Do they go new tribes and go 6-4? What about, we had this original alliance of 4 that fell apart. So if I have to throw out a random guess, I'm going to say, you know what? Sir Squintington might be our merge boot, and it's sad to say, but it might be a thing where he's a big threat and a big, a big personality.
Big personality. Okay.
Apparently.
Here we go. Let's see. Our first vote is the season 39 idol.
Uh-oh.
QR code.
Okay.
People are very reacting poorly to that.
Yeah.
That's my son.
QR code.
She doesn't like this.
Season 39 idol.
I think he's rooting for the
Two
QR
of the
code.
QR code.
It's like, this is going to be the least embarrassing thing that
QR
my dad has to
code.
explain to me.
QR code. That's 5 votes for the
man.
QR code. Season 39 idol. QR code.
That's
the
it.
tribe has
Was it
spoken.
7-3?
7-3
Wow.
vote. The QR code is off to be the first member of the jury.
And then I can finally speak up a little bit.
Yeah. Mike, I'm happy the QR code is gone.
I think it's an interesting idea. And look, I do feel like maybe there's a possibility in the future that, dare I brave the needle once more, that maybe I do get, because I like the QR code idea, right?
I like
this
the
idea of like,
sure.
But I don't know if this would be like good as a first Survivor tattoo. I'm thinking a bit more about like what's a good first Survivor tattoo, and I don't know if this is it.
I didn't want to say anything when the QR code was still in consideration, but one of our listeners had emailed me and said, actually, barcodes, QR codes on people can also be used in some negative purposes also. So it's also maybe not the best idea. So I'm happy that we were able to not have to go down that road.
Yeah, as long as the less chance that I get put inside a real life version of Black Mirror, the better.
Yeah,
so I'm grateful that happened this way.
Okay. All right. Barcodes on people, interesting idea, but maybe, not great. All right. Let's see how everybody voted. Who were the 7 and who were the 3? Let's find out. The 7, the majority voted. It was the Fleur de Lis. It was no tattoo. It was the season 39 idol. It was Sir Squintington. It was the bowl of soup. It was the mashup and worth playing for. And interestingly, the votes in the minority, the group of 3, it was Outwit, Outplay, Outlast, Pick the Mic Up, and the QR code. The only 3 votes.
Okay. Yeah. So this is interesting because remember, these 3 plus the soup voted the lemon tree out last time. So I can imagine they thought they were in a position of power. I can imagine Triple O trying to, arrange this blindside of season 39 idol, its former ally. But the votes got turned on them. And it turns out that QR code, this could also be like an Engardo situation of, well, this will be the one that probably will not get an idol played on it. And Triple O is the one we want to go after, but it's immune right now. So let's just get rid of the QR code.
Also, Jess, interesting to note the Fleur de Lis and no tattoo, part of that big 7-person voting majority.
I mean, that doesn't, at the merge, it doesn't mean anything because that's just being able to tell which
haul.
way the wind is blowing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Down to the final 9. Okay. Let's see what the latest is on the beach. Soup and Socks. Sir Squintington.
Soup and Socks, I think, is the most loyal alliance in the game right now. They're scalding.
Yeah. They are scalding hot level 8 alliance. Sir Squintington and Worth Playing For as another hot alliance. The O cubed and Pick the Mic Up is a lukewarm alliance. The Fleur de Lis and the season 39 idol, of course, a symbol to point you to an idol, and an idol would be friends. Those are some of the notable alliances in the game.
A lot of pairs, which I agree with Jess, makes me think
Voting
that
blocks.
This game is more fluid, much like the soup, than maybe we give it credit for, where, I think originally you think this just as a pagonging now. But I think that O cubed, and I hope at least that O cubed and Pick the Mic Up are not going to be our destined to be, the 9th and 8th place boots.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our reward challenge. Okay. At our reward challenge, we see that the reward challenge group is the O cubed, the soup, Sir Squidington and the season 39 idol. They're going to get a Chinese feast and a clue to the idol.
How do you think Sir Squidington feels about like eating seafood?
I believe that is the majority of his diet.
I think he's an apex predator.
Yeah.
So he probably eats a lot of seafood. He's probably just pretty stoked.
If it's not them, it's me.
Right. I mean, he's not going to eat any
like
calamari, but
yeah. Any fish but me. Okay.
Totally.
All right. Let's go to our immunity challenge and find out the next winner of individual immunity is going to be. Oh, no tattoo is going to advance to the final eight.
Oh God!
They win the Courtney Yates challenge. Of
all right, just sit there and
barrel.
do nothing. Makes sense.
I mean, who's better at doing nothing than the absence of a tattoo?
I won an immunity challenge, fleur-de-lis. Did you?
All right. Let's go to our final 9. Back at camp, and we see Worth Playing For and Soup having a minor fight, Jess.
I mean, I think it was probably about the fact that, like, if Soup was the reward, that would not be worth playing for.
Interesting. Yeah, it is a debate of, like, what's worth playing for and what isn't. And I think
Soup isn't even a meal, so.
Exactly. But I think that, that being said, they probably will engage in future conversations, or at least the Soup will believe that this was not the conversation, that they need to engage in further ones.
Okay. All right. Jess, do you remember who were the 2 people that were now on the outs from that 7-person majority from last night? It's O Cubed and Pick the Mic Up. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay. Do you think one of them is going out here?
Well, they're very loyal to each other. So if I were voting, I would want to get rid of one of them.
Yeah. And I think unfortunately, this might be Triple O's time to go. I think it just came right out of the gate, had this move with the lemon tree, won immunity, tried to stage this blindside on season 39 idol and got caught with its pants down. And so I think it makes sense to go after it if you're going after those 2. I think Pick the Mic Up seems the much meeker or micer of the 2.
Okay. No idols in play. Let's see how all.
Well, no, one idol is playing.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Okay. 9 votes here at this tribal council here as we send another person to the jury. It's the Soup. Bowl of Soup.
Oh.
Season 39 idol. Bowl of Soup.
Oh, really?
Bowl of Soup.
Oh.
Bowl of Soup. That's 4 for the Bowl of Soup. Season 39 idol.
Okay.
Outwit, Outplay, Outlast.
What?
Oh, what?
Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. Bowl of Soup. The tribe has spoken.
What was that vote?
Vote split, perhaps.
Yeah, I think so.
5 votes for the Soup, 2 votes for the season 39 idol, and 2 votes for O Cubed. Wow, did not expect a blindside on the Soup here.
The Soup blindsided. Let's see how it all went down. Mike, what's your reaction to the Soup going home?
It's interesting because it is like a B&B reference, and God, I love the B&B with all my heart. But I don't know. I don't know how it would look as a tattoo. And again, especially as the first one, I'm not entirely sure about it sort of being it again harkens back. It's like a good Mike Bloom tattoo, but I don't know if it exactly marries that Survivor and Mike Bloom in a way that the image would be able to, immediately provide that association.
Marriage. That's a good point.
Yeah, Italian wedding soup.
Yeah.
I think this would be a great poster in your home.
I agree. I would absolutely. Tattoo. I forget who made this great image. I will 100% print this and get this framed.
Okay. All right.
Let's pour one out for the Soup.
Pour one out for the Soup. Let's see how this vote went down.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Okay, Jess, here are the votes for the Soup. It was the fleur-de-lis. It was the season 39 idol. It was Sir Squidington. It was the logo mashup and Worth Playing For. Those were the 5 votes for the Soup. Perhaps the controlling alliance of 5 for the rest of the way.
That's an alliance I can root for. We
Okay.
can gong.
So do we think Worth Playing For was the indicator, right, to turn the votes against Soup? Because remember, Soup was in their alliance. And so it looks like the Soup and Socks combo voted for Triple O, probably thought that was the plan, right? And poor Triple O and Pick the Mic Up just left out here, throwing votes towards season 39 idol once more.
Yeah, I wonder if the blind side might have been originally for the Sox, and then the Sox won immunity and threw the whole plan up into the air, where the Sox then were the only person left out, ends up voting for Outwit, Outplay, Outlast, though the one rogue vote in this tribal council.
Well, it seems like you might want to get the socks out at this point, but when the socks weren't an option, you decide to go for one of the stronger players, I think. We're getting rid of a threat here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not getting rid of the socks. I'm getting rid of his right spoon.
Okay. We're down to the final 8. Okay.
Okay,
Boy.
half our cast is gone at this point, and I gotta say this is a pretty good look right now. I don't know. Is there anyone we're not particularly like? I'm not warm on Fleur de Lis, and I could take or leave worth playing for, but I don't know. And obviously,
no tattoo is staring us right in the face here at the final 8, Mike.
I cannot
They've
believe
reached
that.
the second half of the game.
I mean, you called it, Rob. He's in the game for a really long time, and we just want him to go, and he's creating drama.
Yes.
To be fair, he did just lose his most recent, his closest idol friend, and just won immunity. So this could be another triple O situation where, like, once they lose, there's a chance that they want to immediately turn on no tattoo here.
I mean, don't forget, this is Survivor China rules. So we are only 5 votes away from the final 3. That even if no tattoo is not playing a big game, it is a 7-person jury in a final 3. So you could have some sort of like 3-2-2 split. This is real. Any of these people could win.
Yeah, I agree. And I will say that at least half I'm excited to win personally. The other half are fun to root against. But this has been surprisingly, again, fluid so far, considering that the fluid just got voted out. I think that now, no tattoo, triple O, and pick the mic up are now on the outside looking in, but it's only 5-3. And so anything can happen here.
Jess, who's playing the best game in your mind?
I think triple O and pick the mic up are doing the best with the hand they've been dealt.
Yeah.
I think season 39 Idol has slipped through a lot of sticky situations.
It is very
I really feel like Squiddington is going to be the dominant factor here. I think everybody is rooting for Squiddington. They were going in, and I don't think anything has changed there, but I would be afraid of being targeted because I'm just that good, you know?
Okay. Here we are, final 8. Let's see what happens next. We have still a couple of alliances. Sir Squiddington and Worth Playing For are notable, as is Triple O and Pick the Mic Up, and Fleur de Lis and the Season 39 Idol. So in this final 8, we have 3 pairs, really.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, again, I feel like those pairs sort of dictate where the votes are going to go and who's going to work together. Because let's remember that alliance of 7 that voted together just cast out one of their own. So that means that it's possible these pairs could just splinter off and go into various configurations now that they're staring down the end game.
Yeah, okay. So then on the outside, the people without a pair, it is no tattoo, and then who is the other person that is not
the logo mashup?
Logo mashup. Okay. Logo mashup, I think, is under the radar, while I feel like that no tattoo is a little bit more in the crosshairs, Jess.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Logo Mashup in a long time. She's been kind of not really a part of anybody's plan.
Yeah, well, I think it makes sense when you have 40 voices in your head at once. It's a little difficult to listen to one and be able to make a decision.
Right. Okay. It's like being in the Borg Collective. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Let's go to the reward challenge.
Oh, I think this is the one where they get to bounce the balls on the drum. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Which makes sense. Sir Squiddington's going to crush this one because he's got those arms. Season 39 Idol, Sir Squiddington, Worth Playing For, and Pick the Mic Up go on a river cruise where they see a bunch of goats.
Okay. Do you think that Sir Squiddington rides in the boat or just cruises down the river on his own?
I think Sir Squiddington is the boat.
Everybody rides on his back.
Well, it's easy for the idol to do it, right? Just hangs in its one little tentacle.
That's true. And he could just grasp the mic. He can pick it up in one of his tentacles. Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's go to our third individual immunity challenge and see who's going to be immune at this vote. It is going to be the Season 39 Idol.
Ooh,
the Idol has won immunity necklace.
Yeah, so this is I believe this might have been the one with the throwing stars, I want to say. But yeah, Season 39 Idol has the individual immunity around its neck, which makes things even more confusing because I don't know where a neck on this thing is. But it is going to be safe despite receiving votes the past 2 tribal councils. The vote sponging stops here.
Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on back at camp. Okay. We have here no idol hidden, but the fleur-de-lis is rubbing people the wrong way. Mike,
Oh,
that's been a harbinger of a player getting voted out before in this season.
not to mention that it seems like a lot of pairs have been gunned for as of late. And if the season 39 idol, which has been a vote sponge, now is immune, they could be looking at that fleur de lis very appeasingly, much like Adam Klein did once upon a time.
They're going to want to pry it out of the game.
All right. So our final 8 tribal council, fleur-de-lis, rubbing people the wrong way. Immunity necklace for the season 39 idol. Jess, do you think you know who's going out here?
I honestly don't know. I think there's so many little factions here. They could have had some little interaction with somebody off camera and we'd never know.
Yep. The Soup got voted out at the last tribal council. Their partner was the No Tattoo Socks.
Oh, please,
Perhaps they
please.
could be in the crosshairs tonight. Let's see how this vote shakes out at the final 8. First vote, fleur-de-lis.
Ooh.
Outwit, outplay, outlast.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, cute.
oh no.
Fleur-de-lis, we're tied.
Uh-oh.
Fleur-de-lis. Fleur-de-lis, the tribe has
Oh, no.
spoken. Oh, wait,
No.
no, that's 6. I'm sorry. That's 4 votes, fleur-de-lis. Outwit, outplay, outlast. I'm sorry. I stand
Oh!
corrected.
What?
We are gone to a tie. 4-4.
Wow, fleur de lis.
Sorry, I
one of my
I
favorites.
saw that 4th vote come up in an 8-person tribal council. I jumped the gun.
Wow. So yeah, we're looking at a tie between one of my favorites left in and one of my least favorites. This is obviously what I prefer. I don't know. Maybe we'll go to Rocks at this point. If we go to Rocks the second time this season,
Yes.
that will be perplexing.
Jess, our second 4-4 tie of the season.
It's an optimal time to have a tie. What can I say?
Yeah. 8 is
Okay.
a magic number, I suppose. But this will be interesting. I wonder if obviously there were, pairs on either side. I wonder if it was just, 2 pairs voting together, and will they swap, fearing that the Rocks will get drawn once more.
Okay.
And my earlier comment, I'm gonna burn this place down if Sir Squiddington gets rocked out of this game.
Okay. Oh, there could be
Ooh.
a second rock draw of the game as well.
Yeah, there could
Okay. All right. Mike, does anybody jump out at you as somebody who's likely to flip?
I mean, we have to think about who's like a row. I mean, like Merge mashup logo has no stake in this game, right? Like it would make sense to swap. There's no one going to bat for you. Why are you going to bat for them?
Yeah. So you would imagine that the Pick the Mic Up voted for the fleur-de-lis as being
Right,
the
and you can
voting
imagine-
block
and you can-
partner.
And you can imagine that the Idol voted for Triple O to finally get revenge after trying to mount an insurrection against them twice. It depends on who Sir Squiddington and Worth Playing For voted for as well. That could be right now we're sort of seeing a schism from the former Let Go tribe members, right? So I think it really comes down to the former Endure people to sort of decide where the direction goes here. But we'll see if people stand their ground or if they decide, listen, the Endure people were not afraid to go to Rocks before. Who's to say they won't do it again?
Okay, let's check out our revotes. Okay, first revote is for fleur-de-lis. Fleur-de-lis.
Oh.
Outwit, outplay, outlast. Outwit, outplay, outlast.
Oh
We're
my
tied
God.
2-2.
Oh my God.
Fleur-de-lis. Outwit,
Oh
outplay,
my
outlast.
God.
We're going to Rocks
Going to
again.
Rocks.
Rocks again.
All right.
Place is full of rocks.
There are 6 people that will draw the Rocks.
Oh, actually
five.
Yeah,
Sorry.
'cause- so Triple O, fleur-de-lis, unfortunately, and Season 39 Idol are all safe right now.
Okay, so we are now going to have an elimination here between Pick the Mic Up, Sir Squiddington, Worth Playing For, the Logo Mashup, and No Tattoo. Mike, can you talk us through how you're feeling?
I mean, I think this is the perfect time to get rid of No Tattoo, right? Again, mid-game in a big calamitous way. I would also be fine with losing the mashup logo. Anyone else, maybe Pick the Mic Up. I feel like that's the lesser of the pair with Triple O. Anyone else, I'd be pretty disappointed in.
Jess, there would be some poetry here if that it was No Tattoo that survived the very first rock draw of the game at the first vote to ultimately suffer the fate of pulling the rock, but there's only a 20% of that happening.
It's the outcome I think everybody's hoping for right now.
Okay. It's the outcome we're hoping for, but is it the outcome we deserve? Well, let's find out. The person who drew the purple rock is going to be the logo mashup.
Okay, I'm fine with this personally.
Honestly, Mike, this is such a complicated idea. You would have to get this pretty big, and you would have to sit in the tattoo chair for a really long time. So I think you're good not having this.
Yeah, I'd have to sit for the length of 40 seasons of Survivor to get this tattoo on me.
Logo mashup is gone. We are left with 3 voting blocks and no tattoo as the
the rogue agent.
The one rogue agent. Let's see how the vote ended up playing out.
I'm very intrigued to find out what the heck happened here. And Triple O surviving a vote by the skin of its teeth.
All right. So the Fleur-de-Lis, of course, one of the votes for Out Without Play At Last, as were No Tattoo was voting there with the Idol, the Season 39 Idol, and the Fleur-de-Lis. Pick the Mic Up was a vote for the Fleur-de-Lis. So it looks like that at the same time, it was Sir Squidington voting for the Fleur-de-Lis and Worth Playing For.
Okay, so it's interesting. So the Secretors joined up with Triple O and Pick the Mic Up to vote out Fleur-de-Lis, whereas Fleur-de-Lis in the Season 39 Idol sort of picked up those 2 wild cards in the logo mashup and the Fleur-de-Lis and the other one as well, and decided to sort of force that tie. So they were able to make a pretty big move against, I think, 2 of the more powerful pairs in this game. Yet those 2 powerful pairs survive.
Yes, just so it's set up now that we have a 4-3 majority potentially with Out Without Play At Last, Pick the Mic Up, Sir Squidington, and Worth Playing For in pole position here with the Season 39 Idol, the Fleur-de-Lis, and No Tattoo potentially on the downside of that vote if that group of 4 sticks together.
Well, that group of 4 is probably the 4 strongest players left in the game. So that makes a lot of sense. And I'm thrilled to see these 2 factions pairing up and kind of taking over the game. But also, it's not really an alliance of 4 so much as 2 alliances of 2. And that may shift around again.
But Jess, do you think it's possible that group of 4 said together, hey, we're the 4 best ideas. We're the 4. One of us belongs on Mike Bloom's body. Let's just get to 4 and figure it out and knock out all the other people who don't belong or not deserving to be on Mike Bloom.
I think that's probably the argument being made now, but I also think that everybody is crafty enough to fracture that later on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a surprisingly erratic post-merge. Like, this has been very, very all over the place. But I also don't want any, moralistic stuff, altruistic stuff going on when my body is involved.
We're the good people. We're the good tattoos.
Exactly. We're the good tattoos.
Yeah, we're deserving.
All right. We're down to our final 7 tattoos. They are the Fleur-de-Lis. They are No Tattoo.
Wow.
Out Without Play At Last. Pick the Mic Up. The Season 39 Idol, Sir Squidington, and Worth Playing For. That is what's going on. Let's look at these voting blocks that we have here. Just to reset, Sir Squidington is with his alliance partner, Worth Playing For. Out Without Play
It does feel like with these pairs, I do feel like there's an alpha and a beta, a la AJ Mass's Marriage of Convenience, right? I would say Sir Squidington, Out Without Play Out Last, and the Fleur-de-Lis are probably the more dominant members of each of their pairs.
Okay. Out Without Play Out Last and Pick the Mic Up is the second of these 3 pairs. Fleur-de-Lis and the Season 39 Idol is the third, with No Tattoo being the one person who does not have any alliance to speak of other than original tribe formations. Okay, so let's go to our reward challenge here, and it is going to be the Season 39 Idol who wins reward.
All right, so basically what happened, if we remember, is they just, they just voted, the rock draw just happened, and then Jeff says, hold on, we're going to stay at tribal council. And there's this big calamitous to be continued. And then it turns out he says, because we're doing our next reward challenge right now. And I guess just so flummoxed, the Season 39 won reward, probably because they were safe anyway.
They go to the dojo?
Yeah, exactly. And so they were not as completely thrown for a loop as everyone else was with that rock draw, having to go right into a challenge from there.
Okay. So Season 39 Idol gets to pick some people to accompany them on the reward. Who will they select? That it is going to be Sir Squidington, and no tattoo. Interesting.
Interesting.
The
Well, you know what?
fleur-de-lis does not get selected.
I could see this though, because I think it's a strategic perspective. Season 39 Idol was just left out of the vote, or just, was barely able to escape with their closest ally intact. They want to try to bring people over. So you bring over No Tattoo, which is the only one who doesn't have a pair, and Sir Squidington, a dominant person in another pair. Because let's remember, I think they feel like Triple O and Pick the Mic Up are out of the picture at this point, because they were the ones that voted against Fleur de Lis, and they voted against Triple O. They're like, let's get this other pair out of the way, see if we can split up that other pair. So I think it's a crafty move on Season 39 Idol's part. I think the question is between doing all the Judy chops at the Shaolin Temple, if they're able to get some strategy talk in.
Okay. Jess, you like this move for Season 39 Idol?
I do like this move for Season 39 Idol. I think it's a crafty move, and we'll see if it pays off.
Okay.
Crafty move for a crafty idol.
Crafty
Exactly.
idol. Okay. Let's
I mean,
go.
he may look kind of janky, but he's got a lot more going on than you think.
Mike Bloom picked him for a reason. Okay. Let's go to our immunity challenge. Who will win individual immunity this time? It is going to be, a hot streak for the Season 39 Idol.
3
Heating
challenges
up.
in a row.
Heating up, Mike.
This is the Chinese throwing stars, and I can only imagine the image of a necklace throwing a star, but albeit it's good enough to earn immunity here.
All right, so Season 39 Idol is getting hot at the right time here at the final 7. They cannot get voted out. Potentially bad news for the fleur-de-lis. The Idol was one of the 3 people that we talked about being in the minority heading into this vote. So Season 39 Idol, with its back against the wall, ends up pulling out a huge immunity challenge. Let's go back to camp. We see, more bad news for the fleur-de-lis.
And Season 39 Idol is donezo.
Yes.
At the perfectly wrong time for the fleur-de-lis decides to start up an argument, and the 39 Idol is leaving it behind with the immunity necklace around its neck.
Yes. Mike, do you think that the Season 39 Idol had been spending more time with the tattoos that you like?
I could see a thing where, because let's remember that these two, well, first of all, these two were sort of forced together, right? Like they were part of opposing alliances from the get-go. I think the new tribe situation sort of brought them together under fortuitous circumstances. But I think the Season 39 Idol sort of gotten tired of the fleur-de-lis. Like it's acting too bro-y. It's everywhere. It's getting on my nerves. And yeah, as you said, it just brought 2 other tattoos on reward with it that it really liked getting to know, that actually started on a different tribe than it. So I can imagine it sort of seeing greener pastures and deciding to cut its closest ally loose at this point.
Okay.
Or we could argue that Fleur-de-Lis just got mad that he didn't get to go on the trip.
Yes, that is also a good point.
Yeah, I could see a very Nora-esque rant, a Flora-esque rant about not getting picked for a reward to all the other people that got left behind.
I mean, what if it was his birthday?
That's possible. Too bad Sarah Lucina is not out there.
Yeah, exactly. They already had the Chinese food reward.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going and see what happens here.
This is a big vote. Final
council.
7. Because here's the thing. So Fleur-de-Lis, Season 39 Idol, and No Tattoo were finished in the minority due to the rock draw last time. But like Jess said, the majority alliance are just 2 pairs. Could Season 39's reward gambit have worked out? Is the Fleur-de-Lis screwed here now that his closest ally isn't around? Like this is going to be a big vote no matter what.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our tribal council at the final 7. All right. Still no idols back in play here post-merge in Survivor China. Let's see. Mike, do idols come back in Survivor China after, or that they were just only hidden in the pre-merge and then they were never found again? Right.
So the BrantSteele sort of follows the model that the season takes. So since, if you remember in the season proper, James was voted out with both idols at the final 7 and no idols popped back up. They sort of went along with that formula. These are the planks, and once people find out about them, there's no reason to hide them again.
Got it. Okay. Final 7 vote. No idols. Here we go. Fleur-de-Lis.
Okay, this might be the time.
Fleur-de-Lis.
It's numbers up.
Outwit, outplay, outlast.
Ooh, Triple O.
Outwit, outplay, outlast. Fleur-de-Lis. Fleur-de-Lis, the tribe has spoken. 5 votes for the Fleur-de-Lis, 2 votes for Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. Let's see what happened, and then we'll get our
Triple O is
reaction.
sort of, I feel like it's sort of being like a combination now of Sophie and Aris, where it's sort of seen as the leader of the other alliance, and so it's just constantly getting votes from the opposition.
Yeah, the Fleur de Lis, I would imagine the Idol also was the other vote for the Out Without Play Out Last. Yes.
And actually, the same people that got votes last time got votes this time.
Okay. All right.
And actually, it looks like a No Tattoo betrayed that twosome and decided to vote out Fleur de Lis.
Yes.
So again, proving how much of a free agent it is.
Yes, No Tattoo jumped on with that majority. The Fleur de Lis ends up getting voted out here. The Season 39 Idol did not have the heart to vote against his best friend.
Unless this could have been like a JT thing, right? Trying to curry favor on the jury. Or flurry favor.
I mean,
the flurry.
Well, the Season 39 Idol votes for Out Without Play Out Last. So you're saying that to send the Fleur de Lis off, that they wouldn't cast a vote against them?
Exactly. It's real flurry management to be like, oh, I didn't vote for you this entire time. I stuck with you to the end despite our differences.
Okay, but Mike, you have to be happy here that Fleur de Lis was not a tattoo that you wanted. Gets knocked out here at the final 7.
Again, no, I do not disparage anyone who has a Fleur de Lis tattoo, but I do feel like out of all the tattoos that were left, this seemed the least Survivor specific and therefore the least meaningful for this particular situation.
But Jess, here we are at the final 6, and the story right now has to be No Tattoo still in the game.
My God.
We got to get rid of No Tattoo. Come on, man.
Yeah, this is where we're screaming at our TVs like, why is nobody getting rid of No Tattoo?
Is No Tattoo being dragged to the final 3 right now as a jury goat, Mike?
This could be a goat here, in that No Tattoo could just be seen as like so irascible or so meaningless to the game at this point that it's like No Tattoo's a flipper, constantly left out of the votes, hasn't really won. It won one challenge. We're good dragging to the end. The question is, assuming that it's going to be a pair that sits at the end with No Tattoo, it's going to be a battle. Yeah, exactly. It sits at a pair with a pair of socks. Which pair is going to win out here? Yeah. Because now I really could see a situation where it's Triple O and Pick the Mic Up versus Sir Squintington and Worth Playing For, which would make this round extremely interesting too.
Yeah, we could end up seeing this split off into 3 versus 3. The move for No Tattoo here has to be to get with the group of 4 and try to get Season 39 Idol out of the game, and then would really be in a great position at the final 5 to go with whatever pair it chooses.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do here. Otherwise, he's going to be thrown into the odd sock bin.
Right. And it's up to the Season 39 Idol to really be able to paint a picture to one of these 2 pairs to say, hey, the No Tattoo socks are going to side with the other pair at the final 5. We need to get the jump and split up this group, potentially headed to another tie vote at the final 6.
My God, if we go to Rocks again, 2 rounds after we went to Rocks the last time.
Socks and Rocks maybe could be the story here at the final 6.
That's the subtitle for this season.
That's the name of the episode. Okay.
It's definitely the episode name.
It's a spoiler, though. Okay. All right. Let's go to the alliances. Of course, Sir Squintington has his partner Worth Playing For. Out Without Play Out Last has her partner Pick the Mic Up. Those are the 2 pairs to watch. The Season 39 Idol and No Tattoo do not have a pair.
It is together. It's interesting to note that we are indeed, in terms of original tribe numbers, back down to 3 original let go versus 3 original endure. It could be a case where for some reason they decide to stick to old tribe lines, like day 1 tribe lines. And if that case, that could be one reason why you force a tie.
All right. But in the midst of all this battling, it's time for some love. We're going to get to have a loved one's visit, right, Mike?
Yeah, so Sir Squintington wins reward. I guess who's his loved one? Ken?
I assume so.
It says here he wins a call from home.
Unless there's a Lady Squintington.
Yeah, I don't know if Madam Squintington was able to make it out. Probably pregnant with the squidlings at home. So yes, I'm assuming Ken McNichol comes out to celebrate with Sir Squintington. And I believe Sir Squintington gets a call from Brad. I think I believe he probably chooses 2 other people to go on the reward with him, right?
Okay, so he will pick the socks and Worth Playing For.
That makes sense. So worth playing for is, his these are the original Endure members. Worth playing for has also been his closest ally the entire time. I'm not sure who worth playing for's
Okay.
loved one is.
All right, but this is maybe the opening that the season 39 idol needs to say to outwit, outplay, outlast, and pick the mic up. Look, don't you see what's happening? That they took the no tattoo socks on the reward. Isn't it obvious that then when you get to the final 5 that the no tattoo socks, Jess, are going to side with the pair of Sir Squiddington and worth playing for?
I mean, that's what you got to do. That's your move. I
So,
wonder if the better move would have been to take the idol on this trip.
Yeah, or take like one from each of the other pairs to make sure and tell worth playing for. Like, I know you really want to see Jeff Probst right now, but you're going to have to sort of let's do the buddy system, keep a watch out at camp and make sure that nobody's strategizing, break up sort of all 3 pairs. Also, are the no tattoos loved one? Is that just a pair of feet?
Not sure. And you're saying that worth playing for his loved one is Jeff Probst, so I feel like that you
considering
see him
he
all
likes
the
to
time.
say it, so I think it makes sense.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our immunity challenge. The winner of individual immunity, huge individual immunity here at the final 6, is pick the mic up.
Okay.
Oh, that's not looking good for Triple O then.
Yeah, Triple O now just got a big target paint on them after getting several votes last time out. Pick the mic up. Glad they're building a little bit more of a jury resume. I feel like in the pairing of Triple O and Pick the Mic Up, Triple O has definitely been playing the more out there game. So if it does indeed end up with like the 2 of them sitting there at the end, that could provide some more interesting stuff. Pick the Mic Up is indeed a swamp donkey, apparently, according to the title of this challenge.
All right, let's go back to the camp. We see the behavior of worth playing for starting to rub people the wrong way, Jess.
Uh-oh.
Well, I think everybody was like, your loved one was Jeff Probst. Really? Really?
Yeah, and I think this is the mark of death, though, right? This always feels like this is a curse for players this season. So I could imagine that if votes are going towards anybody in the Squiddington worth playing for pair, it's going to go towards worth playing for. So I could very well see a tie. If we're going along with our logic of the pairs are going to go against each other, I could see a tie here between Triple O and worth playing for.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our tribal council at the final 6. Worth playing for. Definitely somebody to watch here tonight. Let's see. Mike, anything else you want to say before this vote?
I think there's a chance it could break down to tribal lines. There could also be a chance that they decide to let bygones be bygones and say, like, let's wait until 4 and just get rid of 39 idol and no tattoos since they're both vulnerable. But I don't know. I feel like something big's going to happen here. I feel like these are 4 big power players that are not going to sit on an easy move.
Okay. All right. Let's see our votes here at the final 6. Season 39 idol.
Oh.
Season 39 idol.
Okay.
Outwit, outplay, outlast.
Triple O.
Outwit, outplay, outlast. Season 39 idol.
Uh-oh. Is it going to be a tie?
Outwit, outplay,
oh my
outlast.
God.
Going to rocks
We
again.
are back.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I would say maybe someone will flip their vote, but they didn't do it the past 2 times. So who's to think that they'll do it this time?
Okay. All right. So you would have to think that that if we're going to look at this, it's the season 39 idol, Sir Squiddington and worth playing for. You got to think that those 3 voted together. Right?
Yeah. I would imagine that the idol voted alongside. Yeah, it's interesting because the idol got left back at camp with Triple O and Worth and Pick the Mic Up. So you'd think that they would vote together, but no, it seems like Triple O and Pick the Mic Up and assumingly no tattoo might have thrown their votes onto the idol here.
Okay. And I believe that then the group that ended up voting then for the season 39 idol was then Outwit, Outplay, Outlast, Pick the Mic Up, and no tattoo, correct?
Yeah, that's the assumption.
Like.
Okay. All right. So the question will be then, who is going to potentially flip, or could we see a potential another potential rock draw here?
I mean, here's the thing.
6.
I feel like if you are Sir Squiddington and worth playing for, you need to flip right now, because otherwise, if you don't, Outwit, Outplay, Outlast is then protected alongside Pick the Mic Up, and you have a 2/3 chance of getting broken up. And that just seems like way too big of a risk at this point. You cut your losses and get rid of the idol right now.
Yeah, it would be Sir Squidington worth playing for and no tattoo drawing rocks if it goes to a rock draw.
Yeah, I don't like those odds.
All right. Let's see our revote. Okay. 4 people will vote. Let's see. First vote. Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. Season 39 Idol.
Oh my God.
Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. Season 39 Idol.
Oh, you
Third
idiots!
time this
You
season.
idiots!
Dumbasses! You
Okay.
swamp donkeys!
All right.
Squidington's getting rocked out, and I can't handle it.
Sir Squidington, worth playing for and no tattoo. Now, this is the second time no tattoo will pick rocks. This is the third time no tattoo is involved in a tie vote that has gone to rocks, the first of which no tattoo was one of the deadlock tied people.
Yeah, I would
who
say actually
avoided the
Triple
rock
O
draw.
Triple O has become the new no tattoo. I believe this is the second deadlocked vote that Triple O has been safe from due to the tie vote.
Okay. All right. This is a huge vote. This will dictate the end game for sure.
Oh my
All right.
God. Oh my God.
With a tie between Outwit, Outplay, Outlast and the Season 39 Idol. Okay? Which, Mike, you dodge a bullet in that 2 tattoos that you like. They are going to advance.
To the final 5, it's pretty good odds. I mean, I'll be honest, probably losing worth playing for would not be that bad. I think losing Sir Squidington, or just for the drama's sake, losing no tattoo would be pretty bad here.
Yeah. And also, no tattoo could also mean any tattoo you choose.
Interesting.
That's true.
So,
Nothing's
like a
stopping
wild
you
card.
from getting a tattoo.
It's just that it's not
That's
a
a good point.
mandated tattoo.
Yes. But maybe that would be then of your own heart that you got a Survivor tattoo. That might be even
Yes,
more
a tattoo
meaningful.
of my own heart.
Yes. Yes. All right. But in the meantime, the purple rock person that is going to be rocked out of the game here at the final 6
Oh my God.
is going to be Sir Squidington.
No!
Oh,
Oh no!
God damn it!
He could have prevented this. That's the tragic part. Is that he could have he should have flipped. Even if he had just flipped, and even if worth playing for didn't flip, he would have prevented his own outcome.
He brought this
Damn.
on himself.
He did. Damn. I mean, definitely one of the highlights of this season in many ways. I'm so glad he gets to live on in temporary tattoo form, because I know I will be putting him on my
Yes.
body in temporary form, even if it's not permanent.
Robbed God Sir Squidington goes out at the final 6. Purple rock,
Idiot.
purple fish. He's
at least
gone.
at least he made the family visit.
Yes. Apparently he did. Oh.
Wow. Wow. Big blow to worth playing for, and big victory for Triple O, because now Triple O and Pick Up the Mic are now the only defined pair left in the game. If they have one more vote, if they secure their final 3 right now, they are good for the end.
I mean, Triple O has a hell of a resume too, because she can get up and say, "I got my people to go to rocks twice."
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
All right, let's just check out that vote one more time, and we see that.
Interesting. No Tattoo voted alongside the. It looks like Triple O and now I'm trying to figure this out. So
This doesn't make any sense.
So no Tattoo.
Oh wow! Pick the mic up. Switch teams. That
Pick
is
the Mic Up
fascinating.
voted for Triple O. Wow.
What a blindside. Okay, all right.
Pick the Mic Up decided in that moment to be like, I'm stepping out from Triple O's shadow. You know, I won this immunity challenge. It's time for me to make a move. Rob, you can speak first and foremost as to how that emboldens you sometimes, and decides to join up with the idol. Okay, this is really interesting. So now we can sort of
So
work
are there
backwards
no
as-
pairs in the game?
Well, so here's what happened is that what we thought was that major alliance of those 2 pairs of Squidington worth playing for, Triple O, and Pick the Mic Up said, let's stick together. Let's vote out the idol. Easy move. Pick the Mic Up said, hold up, bro. I don't want to necessarily do that, and force the tie with the season 39 idol and no tattoo. It's sort of like a blood versus water scenario, right? Like maybe Pick the Mic Up thought that he was the designated number 4 in the alliance and decided to flip in that moment.
Okay. All right.
I didn't see that coming.
Are these just the votes on the first vote? Do we not get the votes on the revote, or everyone?
Well, I mean,
if
they change their votes in the revote, it will say so. But it seems like everyone stuck to it. Wow, pick the mic up, made their shot, and they missed hard. That's gonna be an intense conversation back in camp.
Okay. All right, let's go to our next episode.
Because here's the thing, like you would think that pick the mic up could very easily be like, oh no, Squiddington must have voted against you, but worth playing for can very easily be like, no, Sir Squiddington and I voted with you, and so pick the mic up is in a lot of deep doo doo right now.
Yeah. By the way,
might have to look at winning out here.
RIP our mentions if No Tattoo wins. I just want to say that. Okay. Let's go to the final 5. Let's see what the alliances are right now.
Still reeling from that.
All right.
Like I reeled
play
in a
out
squid.
last and pick the mic up. 5 strength. You sure about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe Triple O is like warily trusting pick the mic up because I mean, look, there's 5 people left. And Triple O has been getting votes left and right, so she may just be like looking at what options are left and going with it.
Okay. No Tattoo and worth playing for. They have like a very tepid alliance together, but this is a real every person for themselves, every tattoo for themselves, heading into the reward challenge. And now we have our season 39 idol with another challenge win, a trip to the Great Wall of China.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so here's the big question. I mean, we've seen how important these reward bring-alongs have been in the past. This is going to be the last one. No, actually, I believe they do have a reward at the final 4 in China. But this is going to be a big determining factor. With Sir Squiddington out of the game, they're going to bring No Tattoo and Triple O. Interesting move. Could the idol be proposing an alliance here between the 3 of them? Because let's remember, the No Tattoo and idol voted together alongside Pick the Mic Up. Could they then throw Pick the Mic Up's name under the bus to Triple O he voted against you? This is the person you should turn on, not the 2 of us.
I don't know.
Certainly what I would do.
Let's go to our immunity challenge here at the final 5. And our immunity challenge winner is going to be worth playing for.
Oh, they've been really like spreading this stuff around with these immunity wins.
Okay. All right.
Keeps it exciting.
Worth playing for ends up winning immunity here.
Good. Well, it survives. Big. Yeah, survives after its closest ally ended up getting rocked out last time.
Yes. Okay. Let's go back to the camp and see how this final 5 vote is going to shake out. Nothing doing, no idol hidden. This could be a total crapshoot here at the final 5.
So messy. This is so messy. I mean, I think if there's one surety, it's going to be that Triple O is going to get votes. I think that's pretty much a guarantee at this point. I guess the question is, so Triple O voted alongside Worth Playing For and Sir Squiddington. Do the other 3 stick together? Does Triple O turn on Pick the Mic Up because they forced the tie against them last time? Could they try to get revenge on season 39 idol and finally get rid of it, considering it's been going on a challenge streak? Could No Tattoo, the perennial GOAT, be eliminated Courtney Merritt style? I think everyone has a case as to why they should go here.
Jess, my brain is melting. How do you see this shaking out?
I think it's going to be one of the former power couple. I just don't know which one it's going to be.
Which former power couple?
Triple O and Mike.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see who it's going to be tonight as we get down to only 5 votes. First vote, season 39 idol. Pick the mic up. Season 39 idol. Pick the mic up.
Oh my God.
Season 39
idol.
Oh. A fan favorite for sure.
Close one. Interesting. So I wonder, maybe No Tattoo voted alongside the season 39 idol. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, the 3 votes for the season 39 idol. It was Outwit Outplay Out Last. Pick the mic up. They did vote together. That was still an alliance. And then it was Worth Playing For, actually.
Okay, so it looks like they were able to put water under the bridge, at least for now, between Triple O and Pick the Mic Up after Pick the Mic Up's bungled big move, and decided to just take out the easy vote in the season 39 idol. And the idol, it makes sense, right? The idol was winning challenges galore with only a couple more until the final 3. That is someone you do not want sitting at the end.
And Jess, it was No Tattoo and the Season 39 Idol voting together for Pick the Mic Up, which does put No Tattoo in a very dicey position at the Final Four.
It's not dicey enough, Rob.
Not
I don't
dicey
like that No
enough.
Tattoo is still in this game.
Yes, No Tattoo may need to win immunity here at the Final Four.
Well, I certainly hope that is not the outcome.
Oh, this has been a tough couple of boots so far. And more recently, this is starting to get a little bit. The end game is getting heartbreaking in a manner of speaking.
That was a real sock to the gut.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks to lose the idol. Look, there's a chance it may reappear at some point on my body somewhere down the line because it does mean a lot to me. But unfortunately, the idol and Jamal's hand, notwithstanding, will be missing from my first tattoo.
All right. The game may be afoot here as
literally
Sox have advanced to the Final Four.
Wow. I cannot believe the Sox made the finale. I am stunned.
Triple O, Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. She's still here. Pick the Mic Up and Worth Playing For. Those are your Final Four tattoos.
Ooh. So do we have...
Mike?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I want to pull if we have a rooting interest, because I will say mine, from even just a gameplay perspective, is probably Triple O. I think now that Sir Whittington and the Idol are out, I think Triple O is miraculously survived. And I also think we could probably come up with some fun ideas as well. I think Triple O is a nice canvas that we can work with to do some Survivor stuff, whereas the other two are fine. And of course, No Tattoo is just the nuclear option here.
Okay. All right. Jess, do you want to give us your thoughts here at the Final Four?
I mean, I think Triple O has to be the favorite to win going into the finale, but I could certainly make a case if it's a Triple O and Mike and Worth Playing For finale. I think Mike and Triple O split votes and Worth Playing For becomes a contender.
Okay.
That's a good point. Yeah, because this is the only pair left, as chaotic as they may be. There's a chance they could do the Laurel method of splitting votes, and then the plurality out of the 7 votes is going to go to a third-party candidate like Worth Playing For, or God help us, No Tattoo.
I refuse to consider a scenario in which No Tattoo wins this competition.
Okay. Let's go to our alliances. We have the alliance between the Triple O and Pick the Mic Up. They are the pair here at the Final Four. Not to be confused with the pair of Sox, who had some relationships with Worth Playing For earlier in the game. But it is Worth Playing For and No Tattoo that are the people that are on the outs. Let's go to our reward challenge here at the Final Four. Outwit, Outplay, Outlast wins reward. She wins pizza, brownies, beer, and soft drinks, and gets to take one person with her to strategize. You would think that person would be Pick the Mic Up.
Well, I don't know. If she feels like she has Pick the Mic Up in her pocket, she might want to grab somebody else to prevent a 2-2 tie.
Well, the idea here would be, though, you would want to make sure that you end up giving those calories to somebody that you're working with.
That's true. Maybe because if No Tattoo is indeed such a goat, it might be best to just give it to them if you don't feel like they're going to win the challenge anyway.
But maybe Worth Playing For is the move. Bring Worth Playing For on the reward, who voted with them last time.
That's true.
To make sure that they have a 3-1 vote coming up. Yeah. Let's see.
On the other hand, Pick the Mic Up did fire some shots at Triple O.
This could be like a nice recompense.
They take the No Tattoo.
Interesting. Trying to butter up that goat.
Okay. Let's go to the immunity challenge now.
Let's see if that reward helped either one of
them. Triple O and No Tattoo. And the winner of the immunity challenge is going to be Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. Continues the hot streak.
Lots of symmetry here. First immunity and last immunity win for Triple O. Triple O guaranteed in the final 3, and I can imagine a pretty good spot of taking it all. Though, as Jess mentioned, I think it comes down to who is sitting next to it. And,
now, it would be very confusing if this was the new Final 3 format, Jess, which with Outwit, Outplay, Outlast having to then break down the 3 portions of its game into the Outwit, Outplay, and Outlast.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean? How did I do those things? I am those things.
Jeff, my name is literally Outwit, Outplay, Outlast.
Yeah, mic drop, literally. Drop the mic, which is the person I'm sitting next to in the end.
Yes, well, let's see. Let's see about that. Okay, so let's go to our tribe events. Nothing going on. We'll go to our final
vote.
Okay,
so there's a lot of options here. So a couple things could happen. So Triple O, it's safe to say that Triple O and Pick the Mic Up are going to be voting together, right? So they could either take out No Tattoo because No Tattoo did not vote with them last time and they want to go to a final three. But I would say Worth Playing For has better jury odds than No Tattoo at this point, considering looking over at the jury bench, you see Sir Squiddington there. And Sir Squiddington is somebody who could very easily rile up the jury in favor of Worth Playing For. Despite voting together, it might be best as a pair for them to vote Worth Playing For out. That being said, there's also an opportunity to force a tie here with Pick the Mic Up. So it's not guaranteed that these two will sit at the end together.
Okay. The way the season's going, Jess, we're going to fire making here.
Of course we are.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we have our fourth tie vote of the season.
Oh my God, 4 out of
up.
what, like 13 votes or something?
Let's see. The first vote is for Worth Playing For. Pick the Mic Up. Worth Playing For. Pick the Mic
Oh
Up.
my God.
So we will have our final 4 fire making going on here. No Tattoo will be advancing to the final 3 of
God
Survivor Island of
God
Ink.
damn it.
Along with Wit Out, Play Out Last. One of these 2 tattoos will be eliminated in our final 4 fire making challenge.
Wow. I mean, we got to see if it was worth playing for. If you know, this was worth playing for to see worth playing for sitting at the end, or if it's going to call out in this fallen angel spot.
Okay. All right. Mike, do you have a rooting interest?
Just for the sake of interest, for like excitement, I would want to see Pick the Mic Up go here, because I do think Worth Playing For versus Triple O is more interesting than Triple O versus Pick the Mic Up. But again, BrantSteele jury outcomes especially are probably the least likely to predict. So really anything can go here.
Okay. Our final 4 fire making challenges here. Pick the Mic Up and Worth Playing For. Jess, which inanimate object do you think has a better chance at making the fire?
Well, that's a good question. I would say that Pick the Mic Up probably the slight edge here.
Mm-hmm.
Just on account of it being an actual object and not a concept.
Yeah, I feel like I could see that. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to our final 4 fire making. Actually, the people in the tie. Are we re-voting here?
They're re-voting, but I think it's safe to say that they're not going to.
Sorry. We are not going to final 4 fire making. There was a flip on the re-vote, and Worth Playing For has been voted out. No final 4 fire making.
Wait, so, okay, interesting. So we can assume that No Tattoo was the one that flipped, right?
Yes.
Completely screwed its chances over. Any chance that it had, it just completely, it could have let it go to fire.
No Tattoo
I changed my mind.
Was an original vote for Pick the Mic Up. It changed to Worth Playing For.
Holy crap, No Tattoo really sowing the seeds of chaos from beginning to end in this game.
How's that going to play with the jury, Jess? Is that going to be wishy-washy?
I think No Tattoo has a plan here for sure. I think No Tattoo kind of decided at the last minute that it's better off going up against a pair.
Okay.
Because Worth Playing For has definite votes on that jury.
So I guess the question is, did it make this decision literally between votes, or did it purposely say, I'm going to switch my votes at the revote going into this tribal council? I could see it being an epiphany right after the tie vote of wait a minute, if I flip my vote, maybe this will make me come across as a big mastermind and I'll get all the favor of I made the last big move of the game.
Yeah, I think that's got to be how it went down, because otherwise it doesn't make a whole ton of sense.
Okay. Wit Out Play Out Last voted for Worth Playing For. Pick the Mic Up voted for Worth Playing For. Worth Playing For voted for Pick the Mic Up. We're going to the final tribal council. Here is your final 3. They've enjoyed a delicious breakfast. It's No Tattoo. It's Wit Out Play Out Last and Pick the Mic Up. They are getting ready to face jury questioning.
Wow. I can't believe we got this final 3.
Okay.
No Tattoo. You're the worst.
Yeah, no Tattoo made it to the end. That is crazy to me, and made the determining factor in who the 4th place person was. I am stunned. Look at the final 10 when Triple O and Pick the Mic Up were 2 out of the 3 votes that were left out. To have them sitting in the final 3 is pretty damn miraculous.
Okay. Mike, can you talk us through your feelings right now?
So, I mean, I don't want to jinx anything. I'm feeling very good about Outwit, Outplay, Outlast, both as a game player and as a tattoo option. I would not be mad with Pick the Mic Up either. I think Pick the Mic Up is very applicable to me in what I do, even outside of Survivor. So I feel like that could be another fun, like occupational based tattoo. And no tattoo, again, it doesn't necessarily mean that I will never get one. It just means it's not compulsory. So really, to me, this is like a win-win-win, to be completely honest, even though no tattoo, I think, would be the biggest womp-womp outcome we've ever had in a BrantSteele in history.
Jess, you've put so many hours into this tattoo, BrantSteele, going through all the submissions. How are you feeling heading into this final three?
Well, none of my designs made it to the final three, so there's that. But yeah, honestly, this could have turned out a lot worse than it did.
Yeah, that's why I'm feeling very happy in that, like, look, Outwit Outplay Outlast was part of like my top tier, but not the top tier. So like, I am happy to settle. I rolled the dice and they came up an okay outcome. I didn't roll 7, but I didn't roll snake eyes either. So I'm very happy right now.
Okay.
I'm still upset that two-headed time traveling wolf isn't in this cast, but
he hosts the reunion.
Yeah, fun to have in this season. Okay. All right. We're going to face the jury. Mike, what's going to happen next when we go to the reunion show?
You'll click reunion show and it'll be like, these 3 will face the vote. And then you'll click one more time and that will determine, it'll say outright who the winner is.
Okay.
So they won't do one vote at a time.
All right. So are we ready to find out the winner of the season? Mike, are you ready to find out your tattoo?
Oh my God, we've reached this moment. I mean, I think each of these 3 had like a different aspect to them. Like, even though Triple O and Pick the Mic Up were a pair pretty much the entire time, there was a moment when Pick the Mic Up tried to make a move here.
Right.
They tried to seize power. It didn't end up working, but it made arguably one of the biggest moments of the season happen. No tattoo has been a bottom feeder since day 1 when it nearly went home in the first vote. That feels like a hell of a narrative. And Triple O has had its own moments of working against the grain as well, and has won a couple of challenges too. So I think this is a pretty well-balanced final 3, but I think there's going to be one outcome that is not only the most favorable, but also makes the most sense.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to the winner reveal and find out what will be Mike Bloom's tattoo or no tattoo.
That could be true.
Up. Winner, Survivor Islands of Ink, is going to be Outwit, Outplay, Outlast by a vote of 7-0 to 0.
Wow, crushing it, Triple O.
This was your favorite going in, Mike.
Yeah, this was Angela Bloom's stump for this the entire way. It had the Bloom family name behind it. It said, I'm doing it for Angela. And it was able to prevail here. I'm happy. I'm over the moon right now.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Mike, maybe you can put like the Outwit, Outplay, Outlast tattoo. Once it's fully formed, we can get that temporary tattoo set.
Yeah.
Well, let's wait. Let's hold on the temporary tattoo so we know exactly what Mike is going to get. Jess, does that make sense?
I suppose, but it might be a long time before Mike gets said tattoo.
Okay.
Okay. I wonder if we should.
All right, we'll figure out the logistics.
Yeah, I will make the offer on air, because I do agree that I think it is a damn shame that neither any of Jess's nor Sean's designs made, the finale, let alone the final 3, let alone the winner. So I will make the offer on air. I would love to collaborate with the 2 of you,
Open
with
source.
Angelo, with any other artistic people in the RHAP community. Because we could make a boring Outwit, Outplay, Outlast and a band around my arm, but I think we still have the capacity to make this very fun. Who knows? Maybe we could sneak in some references to some of these competitors to not make it any ordinary Outwit, Outplay, Outlast.
Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. Okay, let's go ahead and we don't need to see how everybody voted because it was a clean sweep for Outwit, Outplay, Outlast. What a game! What a game for Outwit, Outplay, Outlast.
That was probably one of the more impressive games that I've seen in BrantSteele.
Who was the fan favorite? Jess, any ideas?
Squiddington.
Fan favorite was the soup.
The soup. The soup feels like the casual favorite, right? It's very soupy, amazing. Like, I just love what the soup's doing. The soup's so fun and warming.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
Boy.
And look at those ties. Look at these rock draws. What a season.
What a season.
What a freaking season.
What an exciting season.
We thought it was crazy when like, oh, they go to Iraq. Oh my God, the Dharma idol was voted out with an idol in its pocket. But who knew how crazy things would get?
So 5 comp wins for the season 39 idol, but 4 comp wins for Outwit, Outplay, Outlast, including 2 immunity wins and 2 reward wins.
Yeah, I think Triple O was one of those competitors that did like pretty well in everything, probably excelled the most strategically, to the point where it was voted most strategic. But I think it was doing well in like every other aspect of the competition, that it was able to win challenges when it needed to. I'm very happy with this. Again, I think hopefully some people aren't adding us too much with like, oh my God, the most boring generic thing won. Because I really do feel like we can, first of all, it's very applicable to Survivor from the very beginning. It's something
female winner.
Yeah. I think it's a great motto for life, especially as we are trying to last through every day. And again, I think we can design it in a way that makes it very unique to me as well. So I personally think it checks a lot of boxes.
Okay. Checks a lot of boxes. It's all happening. 11 votes this season for Outwit, Outplay, Outlast, despite winning unanimously.
This really is an RS type of game then.
Yes. It's an incredible job. Jess, what else do you have to say to sum this all up?
This was quite the ride, and I guess I don't see any universe other than the weird dark one we're currently in where I get this invested in someone else's tattoo. But I'm glad that I was here to help it along and make sure that you got something that you're not going to regret for the rest of your life.
No regrets.
No regrets whatsoever. And I will not be getting a no regrets tattoo either.
Yeah.
I won't say that for next season. Exactly. But I have to thank you both as well. First, Rob, for giving me the opportunity to make this bold claim and being able to set this up, as well as continuing your efforts to donate to direct relief in a time where, the country and the world really needs it. And again, Jess, you're our resident tattoo expert. We would be absolutely lost were it not for your guidance, and not only casting, but figuring out what makes a good tattoo. I'm sure this will not be our last correspondence as to figuring out, how we find the best artist, what are the do's and don'ts of actually getting the tattoo. It seems like we have the location in mind, but coming up with the design. So like, this is a to be continued from a story perspective of Mike Bloom's tattoo, but this is a definitive step in that story.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well,
it happened. It's real. It happened.
Yep. It was real. It's real. It's happening. Mike, in the meantime, between now and when you get the tattoo, what else do you have going on?
Well, of course, there's the coverage of Tough as Nails, starring Rob Cicierino, Jessica, Liese, and myself. So again, that's starting next week. I think we're aiming to record those on Thursdays, right? Because the show's airing on Wednesdays.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out. But it's a nice piece of CBS reality TV when so much is up in the air that we figured we would give it a try. I'm also covering Lost every week on Down the Hatch with Josh Wigler, where we are talking about everything Dharma Symbol and much, much more. Speaking of Dharma Symbol, we are approaching the end of season 2, where a lot of Dharma-affiliated stuff happens in both good and bad ways. Of course, on with reality TV podcasting, Liana, Boris, and I are going through time, much like you and Josh and David and Jessica, going through every week on the RHAP B&B, touching upon a different historical episode. This coming week, this past week, we just did our 100th episode. We believe someone told us that it was, so we went along with it. We are so thankful to have the opportunity to do 100 goofy, silly podcasts, and this one was absolutely no different. We had the great Ali Lasher on, so be sure to check that out. We'll be continuing on with that, starting with Cook Islands episode 6. And of course, we're covering Top Chef. I put in quotations because who's to say if we're going to be talking about Top Chef anymore or any other cooking shows, but that's a really, really fun group to talk with. So I very much recommend people check that out, as well as probably other little drips and drabs that will occur throughout this very rocky and weird reality TV offseason. And who knows, maybe we'll get on the BrantSteele train a couple more times over the course of this offseason with more kooky ideas, though nothing I think is as kooky as what we just did here.
No, nothing could be. Of course, Jess, we're going to be talking about Tough as Nails. Anything else you want to tell people to check out?
Yeah, I definitely want to tell people to check out over on the reality TV RHAP Ups channel. Josh Wigler and Brooklyn Zed and I are doing a rewatch of the seminal 2001 reality competition series, The Mole. We're calling that Mole Patrol, and we're having a lot of fun. We have we have kind of stolen some concepts from the RHAP B&B and woven them into the fabric of the
Ooh.
podcast. And we're kind of going off on some weird, wacky tangents. And Josh Wigler has never seen the mole, does not know who the mole is, and is trying to puzzle out this 18-year-old mystery as we go along.
Okay. All right. Well, looking forward to that as well. So much going on as well on RHAP. We had a very fun, if you missed it on Tuesday night, we did a podcast, a joint podcast with the Survivor specialist, Lauren Ashley Beck, and our own Shannon Gus, where we talked about the state of Survivor season 41 and beyond in this period where Survivor is not filming. We thought this was a great time to take a look at some of the things Survivor should look at addressing before they ever get back to filming, if ever, before they go back to the drawing board on some things. I thought that was a really productive conversation that we had, and hopefully some people will listen to it that matter in terms, not to say that you guys don't matter, but I mean, like I'm talking about like the decision makers, okay? The people that are, that you guys matter, but you're not, making the Survivor, I don't think. I mean, that'd be crazy if like some of the muckety mucks over at CBS were listening to this podcast, Mike.
Hey, that's Mr. Muckety Muck to you, Rob.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, of course, thank you again for listening to all this nonsense. So much of this is made possible by the patrons of Rob Has a Podcast. To find out more about everything we have going on over on Patreon, head on over to robhasawebsite.com/patron, beginning of a new month. Always a great time to get on board for everything going on our patron podcast feed and everything going on in our patron community at robhasawebsite.com/patron. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.